All right. How about now? Did we fix it? I can't tell. I'm hoping we fixed it. Does it still sound terrible, friends? Please let me know.
Enchanted Chatter, if you can hear us, let us know.
Okay.
We fixed it.
Okay.
Problem solved. Very good.
You're going to find out in a second why we were messing things up. We got a bit of a different view today.
Hi, friends.
We were trying some stuff out. I might have broke something. Sorry. My bad.
We fixed it.
Yeah. So, yeah, I know, right? We got the Into the Unknown Couchcast.
Yes.
That's what we got today.
Hey, he's too short. They can't see hey.
That's all right. We do have hey. We have lots of friends hanging out with us tonight. But we got a fun show. You know what I realized?
Yeah?
That I messed up.
Why'd you mess up?
Well, because I didn't load the slides.
Slides? You need me to send them to you?
No. No. I don't know if I can do it from here. We're gonna try. Let's see. Well, we might be okay.
I think you should be good.
We figured it out, guys.
We got there.
We're
working on the fly.
We're doing it live. Hope everyone's I didn't even have a question of the day today. You can just come up with one right now.
Courtney's gonna come up with one for us.
Courtney's gonna keep up with one?
Yes.
Best food spots in Richmond, go. Only Courtney knows.
Or maybe she doesn't because she hasn't made the list yet.
Oh, she's the worst. All right, so hello all our friends. I see Vince. He'll be joining us in a bit. We got Kylie. She's putting the kids to bed. And then we have our good friend Courtney. Are they live this week? Do they go live at 9 tonight?
They do.
Okay.
But she's not home yet, so they are not in the same room.
Oh, okay.
But Bree's back.
Bree is back.
I was replaced with her co-host.
Smart.
And then this fool decided to bring me on instead.
Yeah. Not how we planned it, but how we got here.
We got here.
So we're hanging out tonight. We'll see Bree next week.
Yes. PAX Unplugged.
And not
really
Courtney.
soon.
So it's kind of a win.
Yes.
We keep flip-flopping them.
We see one and then we see the
Yeah,
other.
like I saw Bree in Denver, then Courtney in Milwaukee, now Bree
Now
at
it's back to
PAX.
Bree.
It's like we're just trading, you guys.
I think we're gonna see them both at Richmond, if I remember correctly.
That's so far from now.
I know, but I don't know when we would see them before that.
I don't know.
I'm
Orlando?
not flying to Texas.
No. I mean, not without a reason to. Ooh, shots fired. Just kidding. We will both be at Richmond. There you go.
Very good.
That's good because it's only 5 hours for me. So it's pretty sweet. It's a way better drive than Milwaukee.
That's true.
That is for sure. No breaks in Pittsburgh this time. So I just go straight there. And Kylie's coming.
Yes,
Oh,
yes, and
snaps.
Kylie gets to play.
Kylie gets to come to another DLC. That should be fun.
I'm excited.
I
I haven't played in a North America DLC this year yet, so
And guess what? You won't.
why?
Because it's next year.
I'm like, what do you mean? I have a ticket.
You just won't. It's
I
not
won't-
until
yes.
next year, literally.
It's technically next year.
So technically, you will go 2025, an entire calendar year, with no DLC in North America.
with just playing the LCQ.
Yeah.
Sweet.
All right. I didn't miss Milwaukee.
Yeah, you want a golden Mickey, I know.
I don't have it anymore, though, guys. I'm so sad. I'm so upset.
Mickey went on a little adventure
He
today.
did. He went on an adventure today. Well, actually, we all went on an adventure today.
That's true.
So we have a nice, pretty good show here planned. We have some good topics, and we have a wonderful judge. Often you see his questions come up sometimes from time to time, and he's normally Snorlax in chat. But he's going to come on and talk about his experience with Disney Lorcana challenges, and he's also going to join us for some of the event conversation we're going to have, because it's been weird, but for the first time in forever, we actually have tournaments in the Northeast, and it's not normal.
It's kind of exciting for you.
It is. It's a little exciting because I'm busy.
Right. On the training arc for Richmond, you have lots of tournaments to prep with, which is exciting and cool.
Yeah. Literally, I think 5 of the next 6 weeks,
You have something.
there
on the
is a
calendar.
tournament on the calendar on a Saturday that will be played in.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about some of that stuff. But
Very exciting.
but first, we're going to put everyone on the spot. What's up? How are you? So this week, we did our first meta report. And not even all the ink combinations made it. Not even close. Not even all the inks made it.
True.
So there's been a lot of conversation about this, and we didn't build it, right? So we're kind of going to do it now on the fly here. And I'm going to put you a bit on the spot here.
Okay.
So we're going to build this tier list, and then afterwards, maybe we'll actually build it and post it somewhere.
Okay.
Because we don't have the ability to do it now. But we'll do it, okay?
Yes,
Well,
I'm
you're
here
gonna have
for
to
it.
you're gonna have to write it down or something, or someone's gonna have to remember and write it for us. I don't know. So we've been playing with Whispers in the Well about 2 weeks now.
Yes.
We've had not even a lot of information come out. If we're being honest, the tournaments last week were kind of minimal.
Right.
There wasn't one of them wasn't even streamed,
That was
which
sad.
sucks because it was the bigger one. It would have been nice to kind of see that. But, through 2 weeks, do we think that there is any deck that you would consider S tier better than all the rest?
I don't really think there's S tier. I think there's a couple of A tier, personally.
I agree.
Like,
yeah, go ahead.
We're in a spot right now where it doesn't feel like one deck shines. It feels like there's a few decks that are kind of pushing through as higher and better than the rest.
Right. We're going to ignore that last comment on YouTube. That's wrong. I think that there was a nice power structure to the game that was added. We got, kind of a better overall curve to the game with stats. And I think that some of the cards in Whispers of the Well are just by design powerful cards that we were clearly missing in Core Constructed.
Yes.
So I do think that it makes everyone feel a little bit stronger, a little bit better, which is nice. But, Ruby just
Ruby kind of disappeared still.
Ruby's in danger, guys. I'm just trying to figure this out because I think I put a list together the other day for the meta report. I think I had 16 cards on it that were quote good, quote meta changing, quote the savior of Ruby. No one's figured it out yet. It's definitely not Hercules.
It's definitely not Hercules. There's a little bit of Ruby Amethyst popping through because it's one of those decks that we all love and it's near and dear, and as soon as the set comes out, we just want to make it work. And I think that it's definitely viable, more so than it was in prior sets. Yeah. But it's still not popping up as this is S tier and this is the best deck. It's a contender.
I don't know. I don't know. All right. So A tier decks, go.
Emerald Sapphire is definitely up there.
Okay.
I think
it did win the first CCQ.
First of all, it won the CCQ.
226 players doing a CCQ. I think you put yourself in A tier to start for sure.
Yes. I mean, Sapphire as a whole, I think is pretty powerful right now. Emerald Sapphire particularly gets Spooky Sight. They get Melissa Mean and Scary, or Malicious Mean and Scary, which enables this Prince Philip combination, which means that they can basically survive the early game and then just kind of take over.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, I think that I almost think it's fair to say that all three of the Sapphire decks were successful this weekend. I mean, the CCQ finals were Sapphire Amethyst versus Emerald Sapphire.
Right.
And then the winner of the Sharp Gaming was Sapphire Steel.
That's what I was getting to. Sapphire, in my opinion, if you said what is the ink that's on top, my answer would definitely be Sapphire.
Well, we're going way back to meta reports before the game was released. We were discussing what was the best ink of the week.
That's fair.
Team Amethyst for the win, though. Shout out to Heath. Love you guys. Yeah, I think that's very true. I think a lot of it is centered around Cinderella and Spooky Sight. Those are just two dominating cards that came to the game that they're kind of the most developing interactions to the meta game and the way that you build decks, and now the way that you're even building decks to compete with these cards. So when you start thinking about that, you're it's kind of a no-brainer. Sapphire Steel getting Cinderella was kind of all it really needed to just put the wheels, take those training wheels off and say no, we're going all the way.
Yes.
Emerald Sapphire was on the cusp and just kind of missing consistency.
And I think Cinderella just gives that consistency. It really lets you unbrick your hand or just get rid of an average card and look for something else.
Yeah.
In a way that I think allows you to just play the game and kind of get to that late game, which is really what Sapphire Steel has always wanted to do.
Yeah. And then so far in the metagame, Amber Sapphire has done nothing.
Amber Sapphire has done nothing so far. That is correct.
But everyone told me Daisy Duck was the way.
I think there's a lot of excitement about Daisy Duck.
Hello.
I think that she is really unique in that if you have the ability to shift the Sapphire Daisy onto the Amber Daisy, you can kind of stop your opponent from really playing the game, because if she's exerted, that ink comes in exerted, which means you're inking, but you basically have one less ink for all intents and purposes
Mhm.
to play each turn.
Mhm.
But it's not really a combination that's been established before, so I feel like it's kind of just like floating there conceptually more than in practice.
It's gonna take some time.
Yes.
I think that's a lot of it. And I think that's the other thing, or even early on with Sapphire Steel, Emerald Sapphire, and even Sapphire Amethyst, that they were just,
They were strong decks already that got like
Right.
shiny new tools that you could kind of plug in
right.
and let it ride.
Yeah, like Sapphire Steel kind of unknowingly had a really successful Milwaukee.
It did.
Obviously, shout out to Batsu, he was in top 32, I believe. So like that was one of the decks that made it. I mentioned this a few weeks ago. Like, Solberg was on a tear, started 6-0, I think. So that's attack for 2. And you definitely had a group of those guys that were all playing that same deck that all did very well, all made day 2, kind of made runs.
Yeah, there was a bunch of them that were right on the cusp. Batsu got through, a couple of them were 9-3s and either got Simba or after the new announcement ended up getting
Yeah, speaking that, Simba, are you excited?
I'm so excited. I get a Simba. One day. I don't know when I'll get it.
Daily and a buck short, but you get it.
Yeah.
I don't know when, I don't know how.
I'll keep you all posted as soon as I hear anything.
Yeah, it's very interesting to me how that's all going to be done, specifically in a world where your tournament doesn't even exist. At least I can go and look at my tournament.
That is true.
Like, I can go and be like, oh yeah, I did the thing. You got a race.
Our tournament's
You're
gone.
just gone. Like, you don't even exist. So it's really tough to say, like, yeah, that person went X3. Sure, they did.
Good news, J-Bomb has a picture of the standings.
Okay.
So
All right.
the standings exist.
That's good.
At least up to top 128.
Shout out to the Ultra Academy. Got it.
Yes.
So yeah, all right. So we kind of agree that Sapphire decks are on top for the most part.
They are. I think another deck that kind of fits in that A tier with where we were is Amethyst Steel. It's a deck that like you and I have been playing for a really long time. It's a deck that I think can adapt really well to the meta. You can run burn versions that can be quick and more aggro-esque. You can play the long mid-range game and team stats now. Like we just have bodies that can survive and fight back, and I think it enables the deck to be really powerful into some of these games. You also have the power of aggression into some of those Sapphire decks. I think Frank Karsten, who got top 4 this weekend in the CCQ, showcased that very clearly, that you have the ability to tailor the deck based on what you expect the meta to be.
Yeah, he's also Frank Karsten.
He's brilliant, yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think Amethyst Steel seems great. It's another deck that just picked up a couple more tools that I don't even know if you say it needed them. But, the Amethyst cards still remain good. The Steel cards still remain, like, really powerful. Getting the stat upgrades, like Lexington, like Black Heron. You really just get to play the game in like a really unfair manner to the tape, like just to the table. Like once we're in board and we're looking at the kind of like the combat aspect of it, there's just so many times where you're like, I can't do anything because the moment I turn sideways, they just get every favorable trade under the sun.
Well, you and I were sitting there earlier today, and it's just all of a sudden you turn sideways and all of my characters live. I wipe your entire board as Amber Steel, and then I still get to quest the next turn.
Yeah, it feels great. That was fun.
That was fun, right?
That was really fun for me. Yeah.
Spoilers. It was fun for me.
So I think that those 4 decks are pretty much a slam dunk.
Yes.
I think if we agree that nothing is S tier, and we say that those, Emerald Sapphire, Sapphire Steel, Sapphire Amethyst, and Amethyst Steel are all A tier currently, I think that feels pretty good.
Right.
Where does that leave Emerald Amber?
So I think Emerald Amber is really interesting right now. There's really 2 versions of this deck that we're kind of seeing come into formation. Obviously, you and I have been very close to kind of the traditional Dogs version that was really popular in the Fabled meta. And I think that the Dogs deck is still very powerful. It got some upgrades with Mowgli. It got some upgrades with Webby. And it has the tools to just run its kind of combo-y aggro-esque deck.
Yeah.
But then we're also starting to see this more control version of the deck come out with Circle of Life, with Prince Philip, with Malicious, Mean, and Scary. I believe we saw success with that deck in the Sharp Gaming event in the top 8.
Yep, very interesting version. Featured Plutos, featured Hueys,
and Raja.
Raja, the bodyguard. hilariously, we were talking about this, that Frank Carson had an article
Yep.
that featured a deck that like this, that I also had a deck that was like this early on. So it's funny to like see it kind of come back full circle now, pun intended,
Yes.
to where you know these like Huey and Pluto with a bodyguard like Raja, they might be able to do a lot of damage
They
to a
put
metagame.
in a lot of work. I mean, even in some of the games when I was testing this past week, the fact that you protect your Pluto and then the next turn you just get to kind of pseudo ramp again is really so powerful and valuable.
Yeah, I mean, even just putting a 3/4 into play on turn 2, right? Like a 3/4 into play on turn 2 is very powerful. It protects your guys, so you get the extra benefit of value.
And then you just do it again.
Admittedly, this is a card that I don't think that our team really had high on any list.
It definitely wasn't a standout card, I would say, but kind of as this meta shapes out, it's definitely a card that I've had my eye on more so.
Yeah, and it popped up. I covered this in the meta report. It popped up in the Amber Steel deck with the new Rapunzel. So basically, like, supporting the bodyguard is kind of insane with Rapunzel because now it protects the field, and then on top of that, it's just like a body that they have to get through twice.
Right.
So it just seems like a card that we, I don't know.
It's a card that's definitely in my testing bucket right now.
Yeah, it's seeing play everywhere. Yes. Like, we've seen it in Circle, we're seeing it in Dogs, we're seeing it in Amber Steel. Like, this is just a card that I don't feel many were talking about, but it's very early on, just popping up in everything. So if you haven't tried the Raja yet, I suggest trying it.
And the reason I bring it up is I think both versions of the deck are viable right now. Like, the meta is very much wide open, in my opinion. And so I would argue that we have two versions of Amber Emerald that exist, and they're probably both hovering between like an A, B, S. Like, they're not quite A tier, but I think they're close.
Yeah, and it kind of goes to show, like, just Emerald in general, right? Like, Sapphire getting Spooky Sight, getting Cinderella, like, those are cards that they filled voids.
Right.
Whereas getting Malicious, Mean, and Scary, and then having Prince Philip, it wasn't necessarily a void that you were looking for because you had Under the Sea. But now it's creating these decision points in deck building where you're like, well, what am I actually doing?
What do I want to be doing with the deck?
Right. So I think that you're in that development stage right now where Emerald's probably still trying to figure that out.
It very much is. Like, I've spent, I think, probably 2.5, 3 weeks theorizing all the versions of Amber Emerald. And quite frankly, I think they're all in a good place. If somebody asked me, I would honestly say it's a comfort pick at this point because one doesn't stand out as just better into the field than the other. Yeah, and you have these issues where you're still picking and choosing, like, what is the best thing to be doing in Circle? What are the best cards that I'm trying to get in play? How do I want to cheat Prince Philip? Do I need to cheat Prince Philip? Do I need the strain? So, and you also, speaking of not just that deck, but even shout out to Mo Shamblin with his Emerald Amethyst deck. Very similar style. It's another combo-esque using, obviously, Amethyst draw cards, but getting to that late game with the Prince Philip, with the shift, and with Malicious, Mean, and Scary. And quite frankly, again, Emerald has so much bounce in it that it just lets you kind of stall your opponent from doing what they want to do so that you can get to your late game. Right.
And that's kind of a big deal too, right? Because having this many threats to the game, we just came out of a metagame that didn't really have a Be Prepared, right? And everyone was really upset about it.
Right.
Yeah, when we first get the full Fabled list and there's no Be Prepared and it's just Under the Sea, people were just not happy. Now we get this like combo Emerald version of it, which is a lot. I keep comparing it to Sisu, right? Like, it's very similar to what Sisu was trying to do, but it's maybe a little bit more unfair. It's maybe a little bit more tamed in a way, right? Do you think that's fair?
So I think it's awkward, right? Because Prince Philip is more expensive if you're not shifting. But you're putting a 6/6 evasive into play.
Stats.
That is stats beyond stats. Like, how do you... We don't have Zeus. Yes, we have Thunderbolt.
Yeah,
but Thunderbolt...
I won a game earlier with playing 3 of those. It's pretty good.
You did. Yeah. Turns out card's good when you draw.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
But a 6/6 evasive is very challenging to get rid of. Like, I always felt that when Sisu came into play, like, yes, this was this 5/4 requested.
Right.
But you had ways to deal with a 5/4. You had Maui in the meta. You had removal that could deal 4 or 5 damage.
Hey, you have the Horseman Strike.
You do have Horseman Strike. There are answers. Like, you can Hades a Prince Philip, you can Into the Unknown. There's a lot of things you can do, but I think it's not as easy as, I'm going to slam 2 dudes into this and move on with the game. Like, you need to have Lexington or an Evasive or an Elsa and really be able to, or be 6 wide, which is not easy. And then
just like get 2 for 1 again.
Yes.
Yeah, that seems cool.
So like, to me, it feels a little bit more unfair in some ways because he's just stats and beefy and challenging to deal with.
I kind of love it though.
I mean, I do.
Which is really funny because I think Sisu is one of my least favorite cards ever printed.
I mean, like, I thought I was all in on just playing dogs, and the second I started looking at Circle of Life, like, you saw me just pivot and be like,
it's fun.
I like this. This is cool.
It's fun. Well, it's also because I think now we're 10 sets in, and it's really hard to say that we've had that many combo decks. And I as I say that, I'm like, well, we had Lucky Dime, but Lucky Dime was like the complete opposite. Lucky Dime was just a control deck that just said, okay, at the end of the game, we're just gonna win. But it took 20,000 turns to get to that point, and it was a miserable play experience for most of your opponents. I'm not saying that getting Prince Philip is also not a miserable play experience, because it might be.
It definitely feels bad when your opponent like casts the Malicious Mean and Scary with their...
You keep saying it wrong, by the way. It's really weird.
So sorry, Melissa Mean and Scary. You are more than welcome to correct me. But you like, all of a sudden you get the damage, and the same character that you sang with, you just shift on top of if you're running that shift line, and all of a sudden the board's just gone. And like, yes, that feels bad, but the other thing that I think is kind of unique is, like you said, we're seeing 3-4 different versions of this combo appearing, and arguably none of them play the same way. Right.
And like, we're talking Emerald Amethyst is figuring it out, Emerald Amber is figuring it out, even Emerald Steel is trying to figure it out, right? Like, basically every Emerald deck is saying like, hey, can I be it? I think we can all confirm that Emerald Ruby is not it right now. I would
agree with that.
But, they can try. So that probably puts, the 2 Emerald decks, like, obviously we don't have a 1.5 here.
Right. So like, that's kind of where my head's at, is there the 1.5.
Yeah, I think that, Emerald Amber is likely there. It's very close. But I also think that there's legs in this Emerald Amethyst deck that Mo played. And then when we start getting into the other stuff, let's talk about Amber Steel for a second, right? Amber Steel, dominant deck in Fabled metagame. Tiana was, life for a lot of people. Shout out to Chaotic picking up that NACC invite with it. And now, I don't know, like, is Tiana even playable in a world where Lexington just exists?
So I don't want this to be a cop-out answer, but I think it depends where the meta goes.
Sure.
Because arguably you could take a list like Chaotix, like anyone else who kind of topped, like Aiden, and say, hey, I'm going to take out 4 cards and I'm going to put Mowgli's in there because Mowgli is great. And I'm just going to send it because I am still a very quick deck. I still have the ability to disrupt you with my own removal. You get Thunderbolt, so you do have other ways to deal damage, especially if you're playing Troubadours. You still get that ability. Like, now Troubadour doesn't need to just sink Strength, but also can potentially sink Thunderbolt.
Right.
And I think that means Amber Steel's in a fine spot. If I recall correctly from the meta report, it got top 2 in a California event.
Top Deck Gaming, SoCal event.
Right. So like, I think it definitely still has legs, but with cards like Lexington and just stat upgrades across the board, I don't know that it can necessarily like cheese as many wins as it did previously.
Yeah, I mean, hilariously, Thunderbolt also existing is just another answer.
Right. It is, but if you hit like if you Thunderbolt my Lexington, then you're not Thunderbolting like my Genie or the next.
No, I'm just talking about Tiana in general.
Oh, yes.
Like Tiana, like that's just another enemy of Tiana, which is unfortunate. So I don't know. I think it's tough. Obviously, Spooky Sight also another. I think it has a lot of enemies, but I still do think that the deck has the ability to just pressure, and you just run a runner, and you might put people in like really unfortunate positions, and sometimes Mowgli's gonna be good enough. Right,
like you're putting them in positions to answer you every turn, and sometimes they are going to run out of answers or they're not going to find them.
Yeah.
So I think for people who prefer that play style, it still exists and it's still going to be great. I think there's people who might explore a more like mid-rangey version of Amber Steel. I don't know how good it's going to be, but I think it's an option.
Yeah, I think it's tough. I think it's going to be really tough for Amber Steel to kind of like be the big steel deck in a world where Amethyst just has kind of all what you need to do to be the big steel deck.
And arguably Sapphire Steel. Right?
Yeah, and like, I mean, Sapphire Steel is like a whole other level to it. Like, Sapphire Steel is the, quote, best big steel deck,
right.
Which is why it's going to give, like, Amethyst Steel trouble more than likely.
Exactly.
Depending on how, like, the decks are built and everything. So, I don't know. It's tough to say. All right, so we covered most of, I think, the playable decks.
We did. Like, Ruby M and Ruby Saph are the other two that are still hanging in there. They're probably like one nub below all the ones we were just talking about.
Yeah, I think for now they still have to be C tier at the very minimum. Yeah. Like I'm not giving up and saying they're D tier, but they got to be in the C. I think aside from that, Amber Ruby hasn't done anything crazy impressive yet. Ruby Emerald, nothing impressive yet. Ruby Steel, nothing impressive yet. Amber Sapphire, nothing impressive yet. And then Amber Amethyst also kind of just not it yet.
Right. Emerald Steel was the other one that's like chilling in there.
I think Emerald Steel's probably like hanging out in the C tier somewhere. Just people are trying to figure it out and like what it needs, you know?
Right. And I think like there's a lot of stuff to explore and figure out, but those are definitely the bottom right now.
Yeah, and again, early prediction, kind of just where we are. Like, it's not to say that these things can be figured out, but it's also probably to say that they need more information to even understand what they're supposed to be doing.
Right, like a deck's identity doesn't kind of just establish overnight usually.
Yeah, not nothing brand new, right? Like,
right.
So there's definitely a lot of that.
So we can write that up and share that out later.
Yeah, we'll do our best. It's probably Melissa's job.
Sure.
That's why she's here. All right, so with that, it is time to bring in a friend.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Are we prepared? I just thought about something. I'm not exactly sure how bad this is going to sound when we bring him in. And on top of that, I can't confirm that we're going to hear him yet.
Okay.
So here's what we're going to do. All right, we're gonna go like this for a second. We're going to pitch our event, which is the next thing we're talking about anyway. And then I'm going to come over. Okay. Vince?
Yes.
There we go.
Let's see. I don't think it sounds terrible.
Hopefully okay. That's good.
Oh. All right. We're coming back. And we have friends. So, we'll get rid of this. We have Vince.
We have friends.
Welcome.
We hear him. Do you guys hear him? Does everyone hear everyone okay?
Am I coming through?
Sounds like a judge. Sounds like we have him.
Yes.
All right. Mr. Judge Vince, for anyone that is unfamiliar with him, great guy in the Delaware community. He is, in fact, a judge for anyone that's not figured that out yet. And this weekend, Vince, you are judging our 3K.
Woo.
I am. That is a thing.
It is a thing. I think we're approaching 40 pre-registers.
That's exciting.
So far.
So
pretty good couple of days getting people signed up for the tournament. That is exciting. Vince also was our head judge of the last one. He was paired with Michelle and Jeff, both wonderful judges as well.
Michelle's going to be judging again.
Michelle is coming back and judging with Mr. Vince here.
Nice.
And we're kind of excited for that. You know, Judge, we were talking about it earlier. You know, our area is kind of booming recently. Like, we got lots of stuff going on.
We do. We have your lovely tournament that's happening this weekend. Then, of course, we have PAX coming through. And then a week after that, at Safari Zone, we have what we're calling a Build a K, which basically from we took the lessons we learned from last time. We wanted to lower the price point, offer more when you enter the door to try to get as many players in our area to commit. And then in doing that, if we pack the room, if we hit 100 players in our main event, the store is committing to doubling that prize pool. So
awesome.
all of the entry is going towards the pot. We'll have the prize breakouts after round 1, but if we get 100 players, we're doubling it.
Well, good news is you got 2 right here. Yeah, I mean, I think that it's crazy because, I mean, you know, you're in the area as well. You're a traveler, you know. It's tough for us sometimes. Like some of these sets, there just hasn't been a whole lot to do. So it's nice that all of a sudden we have, you know, back-to-back weekends, well, 3 weekends in a row, basically, of like, hey, there's something to do because, you know, we're spoiled. We get PAX Unplugged, which is great. You hung out with us last year at PAX Unplugged too, right? Great convention.
I did, yeah. It was an excellent time.
Are you looking for anything in particular this time?
I want to see how many times I can get into the Ravensburger line to get those sweet promos.
I have some bad news for you.
Is that not happening anymore?
There is no Ravensburger exhibitor booth.
That's unfortunate.
They're not on the list.
Yeah.
So...
I don't think have
uh,
any lines in PAX. Sorry.
But maybe there's like a Riftbound line or something.
Oh yeah, there might be like
some
other line that's worth money.
I have to find my notepad and just add this to my crash out list.
Okay. Fair.
But something else to mention about the Safari tournament that we didn't put on the slider because we just came up with it. But for our local team Incognito, we're doing a bounty event there as well.
Ooh.
So if you play a member of that team and beat them, they're going to be giving you guys 2 packs as well. So just a little extra spice to add to the event.
So you're saying to beat Royce is what you're saying?
Yes, I'm saying beat Royce.
Okay. Well, we're just going to trade it back because Melissa is also a bounty this weekend. So
that's awesome.
She'll be giving away fun stuff as well. So
we're keeping it.
You don't get to keep any of it.
Kidding.
It's not but yeah, I think it's nice. It adds like
it's a fun element.
Little thing to the tournament. We only have 2 TFM members playing this weekend though, so not a whole lot to go around. I might convince a wild Braden Bodish to be a bounty as well. We'll see. We'll see. But nonetheless, it's really cool for us to have this many tournaments kind of coming up. You know, we have, like you said, PAX Unplugged. We have the 3K this weekend. Anyone that wants to come hang out with us on Friday night, we're also doing a release sealed event on Friday night, which I'm excited for. Same exact venue.
I haven't done any sealed yet this set, so I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean, other than the stream last weekend, pretty much the same.
Yes.
And then for us, we're traveling to Pro Play Summit Orlando. That's gonna be a lot of fun.
It should be, yes.
I'm excited for it. I still have things I'm not allowed to apparently say about it, but
I mean, it's Florida.
I'm going there. I'm gonna be playing. I'm excited.
I do love a good trip to Florida, so I can't complain.
Yeah, I said to Melissa, I don't know if you can agree with this, Vince, but I said to Melissa today, I was like, every trip to Florida just feels like it's free because it's so cheap that it's like I would spend this much money if I was home on the weekend. Like I may as well just be in Florida.
Oh yeah, we have I think half an airport in Delaware, and I think it only flies south.
Yeah.
So.
Well, the context of the conversation was I looked at Dan and I said, I know you don't have an annual pass to Disney, but I do. So I'm going with or without you. And he's like, well, it's free for you. So yes. And that's what started it.
I mean,
see Jorge in Orlando.
I mean, hey, if it's free, it's for me. So I would have been the same way.
It's a good motto.
Yeah. And it rhymes. So.
All right. So with PPG, after that, the next stop, Vince, is something that you really are you got some feelings about.
Oh boy, do I.
And so before we let Vince have the floor for a few moments, Melissa, we had Richmond tickets go on sale on Monday.
We did. It was stressful.
We had, I think 13 or 14 members of the team in Discord together / on phones / significant others.
Yes.
And for a good 20 minutes.
We had one ticket.
We had
for the
one
team.
ticket for the entire team. So it was a bit stressful.
Yeah, I was very down and anxious and not feeling great. I'm used to us all being able to help each other and be able to get there and at least know that half of us had tickets in kind of that first grouping.
Yeah.
So knowing that only one person had a ticket was very nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Luckily, a bunch of us were able to get through once that kind of reset or like second wave kind of went out.
Yeah.
You were not that lucky.
I was not lucky. I would have not been going to Richmond.
Right.
I did get. Thank you for having a good teammate. Fumbles also going to be in Orlando and Richmond. Let's go.
Fumbles. Hi,
Let's go.
friend.
I think I'll be with Vince on this. Okay. So then the event sold out, Vince.
It did. It did.
It sold out.
Yeah. Yeah, it sold out.
And how does that make you feel?
Oh, well, I feel bad.
Okay.
I feel like I think this is my 6th time trying to go to a DLC, and I've yet to get a ticket.
Yeah.
And my day started happy that day too. So, like, I woke up, I got my PSL life on. I was sitting there. I had lo-fi going. It was great.
Yep.
And started refreshing at noon because, of course, it went early last time. So I wanted to check if it was going to go early again.
Yeah, smart. I did the same thing.
Yeah. And then 1 o'clock rolled around. Site was already in pieces at this point.
Yeah.
About 1:03, I got my first ticket in the cart.
Yeah.
Went to the cart and it's gone.
That happened to me.
That happened about 4 more times.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then right around the 120 mark, which is apparently when the botters drop all their tickets back onto the market.
Yes.
They started this random queue system where, like, hey, we're searching for tickets for your event. Hey, we errored out. Why don't you try refreshing, waiting a minute, and then doing it again? That happened 30 times over the next 30 minutes until it was sold out.
Yeah.
So then I was just like, so then from that, I was like, okay, let's go to the Discord. I'm going to make some popcorn. I'm going to watch the world burn because this is where I'm at right now. And I was in the Pastimes Discord, and the first message I see pop up, and I have to read a quote from it because I think this sent me into full crash out tilt mode. Okay. And I'm not going to mention names. I'm just going to read the quote. If a team or pro player is better at navigating the badge purchasing process, that is part of the experience they have with the game, and are more likely to navigate this easier than someone doing it the first time. Okay. All right. Okay. So basically what you're telling me is that
where did the other glasses come from?
It's a skill difference that I can't work a website. It's 3 button presses. It's 3.
Oh.
Apparently the first statement I see from Pastimes is skill diff.
Sick.
Skill diff.
How does that make you feel?
There are things Dan explicitly said I could not say on this program. One was that I'm undefeated against him in events, but I'm saying that anyway.
I didn't mention that, but I'm glad he did.
Very good.
But yeah, there are no
One of us
words
has a
to
gold
describe.
Mickey. I mean, what?
Okay,
There are no words to describe.
I
my
don't see
feeling
it here
right now.
anymore.
One of us has a receipt for a golden Mickey.
Got him.
Yes, but all those shorts will live in memory. I don't know why people were hating on that. They were actually funny, which is saying something, right?
That's fine. Yeah, I don't care. Trust me. Least thing I care about. I promise you.
But no, so like through all of the server issues, through all of everything that they've been happening, like how many NA DLCs have there been? 8 total, 9 total.
Richmond would have been 8.
Yeah. So this is the 8th time this has happened. This is the 8th time they've gotten this feedback. Yeah. They've had 8 opportunities to change what they're doing and stop this player sentiment from happening. Like I have been playing card games for 20 years. I've never not been able to get a ticket for an event ever. I've top 32 at Worlds for Pokemon. I've won state championships for Magic the Gathering. I am a competitor. I have set champ on my wall, and I'm getting server lagged out at an opportunity to see if I can prove myself in this card game.
Right.
So my only hope to be at the DLC at this point is to apply for a judge, which I'm going to do and hopefully get it so I can still be in the room and see my friends.
Yeah.
But it's kind of disheartening. Like after this experience, I looked up how much my collection was worth. And I'm like, hey, Riftbound just came out and they have a judge program already. So it's just like these experiences, like people want to play this game. People are itching to play this game. I'm looking over at Europe and I'm seeing they are now doing 4,000 player events, holding it over the course of 2 days. I've been to the Richmond Convention Center.
Yep.
It can hold more than 2,000 players.
100%.
I don't understand the aversion to opening it up if the demand always caps within 20 minutes.
Yeah, arguably less, but yeah. I said this in the Discord, which is why you're even here. This is how that conversation happened, is that I think that this one hurts more than before because you already know that the next opportunity to play in a North American DLC is now 8 months from now.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and
the
it's
fact that the
infinity.
next one isn't till June, I think it just makes this one so much worse to miss.
And it's infinity.
Right. I mean, that's like whatever. In all honesty, it's the point of like the way the schedule came out.
Yes.
Like even like I assume that there were people in Europe that felt the same way that if they missed Bologna.
100%.
Right. Like
it's so far away.
They hadn't had a DLC in a year.
Right.
Right. This was the first DLC in a year, and if they missed Bologna, it would have been 8 months till Ghent.
Yes.
So obviously, Ghent going to 4,000 is massive. It's really good for the community, for them. Hopefully, it's good for us as we're trying to get tickets on while an event is going on some like shady internet, probably. But we're gonna, hope for the hope. But like, I think that's the worst part is that you now know, they're announcing CCQs 2 to 3 weeks before they happen, which is ridiculous. Like that has to be a better timeline. They got to figure that out. The DLCs being 6 months apart, right now, like you said, like I don't blame you for considering like, oh, should I just move my collection, like just to move on to a game that I can play, right? Like I think that's a fair response, and it's so difficult because for every one of you that like had that thought, there was also the same, like in those 2,000 people, there's 2,000 people that are over the moon that they got a ticket, right? Yeah, and that's the problem is that it should be 4,000. It should be as many as like we can get it.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I'm happy for those 2,000 people.
Yeah,
like it is going to be a great experience for them all. And I'm just sitting here going, there has to be a better way. Just because, like I've seen people quoting, "Hey, if you want to go, you can get one." Like you're just not like. I keep hearing I'm not trying hard enough. I'm not lucky. It's just, but where we are with technology, where we are with doing this, like me and a buddy who is a software engineer, we can build a better system over a weekend and implement it. Like this is, I don't know why in 2025 it is may the odds be ever in your favor is how we're doing this.
There's a lot of fair ways it could be done, and this feels very unfair, and it's frustrating. Like I'm very lucky. I've had the opportunity to get a ticket for practically every event I wanted to go to. But like it feels bad when my friends tell me, "Hey, I missed. I can't be there." Like I want to play, but I want my friends to have chances too. It shouldn't have to be one or the other.
Yeah, like, and that is one of those things, like hearing how you guys were doing it, hearing how other people were doing it, which isn't wrong. It's there and available for you to do it. But like I live with 5 other people. Right. There are 14 devices that I have access to that can bring up a browser. Yep. Like am I supposed to contract my family members into setting up everything from the Xbox to the fridge that can bring up a web browser and like log into this site and try to do it within the first 20-30 minutes to see if we can nab one? Like I highly doubt that's what they want people to do, but it's what they're driving people to do, which is going to make the server experience even worse. That's
the answer, is that over the course of time, that has just clearly been, you got to take as many shots as you can get, right? Like you miss 100% of the shots you don't make, right? Like Wayne Gretzky's a great one for a reason. So that's kind of the point, is that, I really should just take the morning tomorrow and edit that video, because
it was crazy.
It'll show like what is like for even us with 10 people in a room, like all with the same goal, trying to hit this, but that it's stressful. Like it's not fun. It's not a good experience. You're also not the first player in the community that has made this like skill diff comment. I wish did you have a screenshot of the of that quote? Because
I do.
That is something that should not have been said. I don't think that is at all a direction that any company should take. I can't fathom, like, this is like, we stress tested RPH with 1,900 people again. Like, that's the kind of comment that you just like cannot make and it come off good, because you're basically just telling players that, like, if you can't get into the tournament, you're not good enough to play in the tournament. And that's
so not true.
That's an incredibly terrible thing to tell someone that just already feels bad. There's no way I can agree with those comments. Like, that's unreal.
Like, and to be fair to the company, earlier comments I scrolled up, they did lead with empathy first, but then they were very quick to these types of responses. And it's just like, okay, you did the correct thing at first, and then you just started throwing comments like this, and I just got sent. I'm like, oh, okay. Because I've been a gamer for a very long time. If you guys see me in person, I've played World of Warcraft. I know everything about server stability issues on launch day. I understand what it's like to have a lot of people pinging a server. You can't guarantee anything. It's going to not work. It's going to be a poor experience, and you're promoting something to make people grab 15 devices and try it. Try just for one person.
We were sitting there at 12:58, and I think like Kylie refreshed, and she goes, "It went down, it errored out," and I was like, "Oh, it's 400, 500ing," because that's just what it does. Like, I work in software tech, I see this stuff a lot.
Yes,
there's a lot of ways. I mean, you do too. Like, there's a lot of ways you can combat this, and it just feels like they're not all proper avenues are being explored.
Oh yeah, like, and like I don't want to complain for complain's sake. I always like coming with solutions, and there's 100%. There is no reason you can't have a verified email system that is the email that links to your Robinsburger Play Hub, to where you have to put in an address for like shipping.
Yep.
And then if you do will call, you have to show your ID to get there, to pick up your badges, like any other con or event I've ever been to, which prevents people from botting. You have to match the name on your ID to get the ticket, so you can't buy it for somebody else.
Which is, I'm a little bit unfair in this comment that I'm about to make, because I went to the judge that is my friend. So like, they didn't ask me for my ID, but I don't even know that they were asking for people for IDs in Milwaukee. I actually don't know, because like, it didn't happen to me.
Well, I know for a fact that, so like when we were in Bologna, they scanned a QR code.
They scanned a QR code, but I also had we had to show our passport.
ID. And my understanding is that for Milwaukee, like, because it was Eventbrite, you didn't have like a QR to scan.
No, I just remember walking up and they're like, "Oh yeah, you're Dan." And like, I was like, yeah, sure.
Even in, like, if we go back to Atlanta, Michelle checked me in Atlanta.
Yeah, well, Michelle checked me in. I was trying not to dox her, but like, now you're just like doxing Michelle.
Well, no, but I didn't know her in Atlanta, and she's like, I know.
All right, they did ask for ID. Okay, cool. All right.
Like, they're asking for your ID, but they're not scanning your ticket in the same way. I've done queues for Disney for other events where, in order to purchase the ticket, you, like Vince was saying, like, you have to enter a valid email address to even get assigned a queue number.
Okay.
So there are things that can be done so that when you're in that like line that we were just like in the abyss, they're only letting quote unquote valid people.
Basically, instead of just going into like this queue, you're like, no, here is a response that you have to give a valid answer.
Right, like
to.
enter this email, and this email cannot be in here twice. And if it shows up in here twice, we're not going to
like you're just going to get like banned.
They're going to say like you already have a number, you can't join again.
Yeah, okay. And then like
there's mitigations that you can take to make it one per person, or make it so that a group of 50 isn't all helping anonymously, or whatever the case may be.
Well, yeah, because the name and everything has to match after the fact. Like if you take a sample size of, let's say, 10,000, you cite, and like you're trying to sign up, it is a statistical improbability for 5 of those people to have the exact same first and last name.
Right.
I've done the math. It's like 0.0037%. I've been on spreadsheets. This is how crashed out I've been.
Yeah.
And it's just that there is a much better way that seems obvious, but just takes a lot of logistical effort to accomplish. And I feel like something like this is worth it, because you're poisoning the well of your community that have to go through these experiences, because anybody who's done it and has never gotten in, it doesn't feel good. And then you're being told it's your fault.
Yeah. That's awful. I need to answer this question real quick. How do you verify an ID for a minor? Often it's the minor can't purchase the ticket. So the ticket has to be purchased by the parent. So therefore the parent just showcases that this is for my child, who like obviously is sitting there. Now, if you show up and you have a grown adult with you, that's probably not the same thing. You're not going to get away with that. But like if it's clearly a child of under the age of 12, that's how they verify those things.
Yeah. And
but a beefy baby knows will take the answer.
Yeah. And then also, if you do this email registration verified prior to the tickets going on sale, you can have something for these parent packages. Cause that's another thing I've been seeing on Reddit, on socials, where people are like, I have like I'm a Disney dad. I have children that play this game. It's why I'm into this game. I want to take them for this experience. Yeah. You can set up such a way to where when you're registering these email addresses, you can say like, hey, I have 2 children. They're this age and this age. These I would like to purchase them all at once. And you could take that into consideration when their email address or their lottery gets pulled for their ticket offer. So like you can even now open it up and be more accommodating to people of this. But it also all starts with, we need to raise the cap. Like all of this sounds great. And a way to do that, I feel like they haven't done it. And I'm speculating so hard here, but sure. They're trying to mitigate risk, because if they rent out a space or commit to the convention center of like, hey, we want to hold 4,000, and they don't get whatever number they want, let's say for some reason it doesn't count. Sure. We'll find out with Gint.
I think this is a conversation we can have.
Yeah. But if you do this pre-registration verification, now you have X number of people that are showing their intent. So it gives you more data and more statistics to go off of to make these decisions to book the larger part of these convention centers, because you're mitigating that risk. It's no longer an unknown, because when you're hitting Eventbrite, you can only see how many people purchased. You have no idea how many people have been attempting to ping that server.
So it's interesting. Obviously, as most of you know, like I'm a huge Disney fan. I do all sorts of Disney events. A lot of the Disney events, when you get put into this like queue, they use QID, which Vince, you're probably familiar from Pokemon Center, is very similar, where like it basically gives you like a countdown, and the business essentially has the choice if they're going to show the customer what number they are. And something that Disney's always been notorious for on theirs, whether it's like Run Disney or a pin event or Destination D23 or really any event they're doing, is it very literally tells you your number. So they'll say tickets are going on sale at 1 p.m. Eastern on Monday, and you get the link. And if you're in before 1 o'clock, you're just there. And when 1 o'clock hits, it does like the randomization and it spits it back out. And it will say like, you are number 100 or you are number 30,221, whatever the case may be. But you don't know necessarily what the top end is, but from talking to your friends, you can kind of start to gauge, is it 10,000? Is it 100,000? And as much as that sucks because there's so many people hitting it, at least you have transparency to know.
I would be less upset.
That's what I mean. Like, hey, I
It's-
got number 7,000.
It's similar to Gen Con.
Yes, it's
right?
very similar.
Yes.
to
Like when Gen Con goes on, like you get put into a queue and like here's your number to buy the stuff that you want to buy.
Yes, exactly. And like you sit there and you're just basically waiting.
And I
until
hate
it's your
Gen
turn.
Con.
Oh,
And it's
and
not.
that
That queue it's a good thing.
It serves its purpose, and okay, if I'm looking for something that has 100 spots and I'm number 30,000, there's a very low likelihood I'm going to get it. And you can set an expectation for yourself.
exactly.
Where, like, Vince, you were probably sitting there refreshing, saying like, maybe I get through. Like, maybe I hit, maybe I don't.
I want to follow up just because I can see the kid stuff. I am definitely aware that they have to have their own accounts because you have to buy multiple competitive badges for multiple players. I agree that this sucks and it's unfortunate. But to get the ticket, since they don't have an ID, it's they still have to go through the parent to get the ID. So you would still show your ID for the child. Obviously, if they had like some student ID or school ID, like that would be helpful. But to my knowledge, the best the way that it goes through is it goes through the parent or guardian of the child. That's the only thing. And I'm not agreeing that like this is the greatest system for kids. I don't know that there's a better one outside of like having their own kids league, because at the end of the day, like in order for them to be a competitor, like they're competing with the exact same number of people. There's no like get around because they're a kid.
So
I don't know what to do, but like it's a difficult situation.
It's a super difficult situation, and I feel for them because in like Rick's situation, it sounds like he has 2 kids, and so Rick is basically himself trying to buy 3 tickets.
Yeah, and it's
like that's unfair in a way.
It's that whole family thing. Like if we're trying to push this game is a family game, and we're trying to like identify that, and you have stores in the area that are working toward having kids leagues and stuff like that. And I know people don't want to hear this, and I have to keep reminding them it's only year 2. Like we're still in year 2. There's a lot that has to happen for this game to like get to that point. And it's difficult because it sucks because like we just want everything now. That's just like what we live in. It's the world we live in. We live with the ability to click a button and get what we want. So like when we can't get what we want, when it doesn't make sense, it's difficult. But for them, I mean, we're here having a whole discussion about like how to buy any ticket for any one of their events, and it all feels terrible, So that's just where we're at right now, is that the kids in the game, it sucks because specifically after a story like Aiden, comes out and just proves hey, I don't care how old you are, you can win a golden Mickey.
Yeah.
It's difficult because like I'm sure a lot more kids probably I looked Aiden directly in his face and I told him he was an inspiration to all.
Yes.
So like the idea that he just does this and now you have a bunch of kids that like couldn't even get tickets to Richmond, that doesn't feel good. I totally agree. It's terrible.
Yeah, and then also just to jump back on something you said about Gen Con, the first time I went was 2007. That queue system you were describing existed then.
Yes.
Yep.
And I kind of just threw up in my mouth a little bit because that was almost 20 years ago.
It's not new. Like the concept of getting an assigned number and counting down has existed.
That was the year I graduated high school.
Fun.
I'm old.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Like it's very clear that the system is broke. It's very clear that if anybody thinks that it should be a skill to get into the tournament, I just disagree with you. I think that comment is not a good one. I personally do hate lottery systems. I'm not a fan of those either. But I don't know. Something has to give. To me, the other big problem is that like Ghent is 4,000 people.
Yes.
And we
that
live
is the
in
first
Northeast.
issue.
You and I don't know about Melissa, but you and I have been to the Richmond Convention Center. We know that it can hold 4,000. Like I just know it can. I've been to an SCG con that's had 5,000-6,000 people in the building. Like I know that it can do it. So the fact that it can't do it, like that they couldn't figure it out, sucks.
It's frustrating to me too, because you're in these situations where, like, if Vince, in your case, if you want to play, like you're like, do I need to try and get a ticket to Ghent?
Yeah.
And not everybody has like the time off from work or a passport or a means to be able to do that. And it's like, well, hey, it's double the amount of people, so maybe I'll have a better chance. Like that feels not great.
Just in case I wanted to try, I have a passport renewal appointment on November 30th. Just in case I wanted to try.
Sure, and like
that
that's
is
great.
There's going to be a break this weekend. We're going to make sure we have a window to try.
We're going to pause the whole round.
It'll be when everyone's getting pizza.
Yes. But like also like we have the ability, because other card games have done it, and I know we have the qualifier system in the CCQs to go to Continentals, but Ravensburger's missing a prime opportunity. I don't know, maybe a quarterly event where people who win something could get a qualifier to have their email address sent to the tournament organizer to give them first right of refusal to get into a tournament.
So I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm going to tell you that I don't like that. And here,
I know there's problems with it, but
I think the reason I don't like it is because for me, the way that set chants have like kind of been designed and be built, it really is just like this small reward system for your local community to like play for something more than just like a normal league promo.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the moment you attach it to something like this, you now create a position for the top upper echelon of competitive players to just like literally go wherever they can, and that is going to ruin the experience in a different way for that community. Yeah. So I think that like that still leaves people in a position to feel really bad.
Yeah, and with that then you like these events that we are hosting, like that I'm judging right now, like the event this Saturday.
Yeah.
How hype would that be if that came with a qualification to a DLC? How hype would it be if the event Safari Zone is putting on separate from the set champs? Like you could still set up a qualifier. Like you've already proven you can do it. If you want to decouple it from the set champs, fine, let's decouple it from the set champs. But we can still like
kind of like a CCQ light.
Yeah. Yeah, like
I think that I would like that concept a lot more because it rewards the tournament organizers for trying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is a big deal because they're not doing this with product from, the set champs is given to a store. It's product that they're saying, it's free.
Yeah.
Anyone else, shout out to Shark Gaming last weekend. I keep kind of going back to them. They hosted a 13K weekend and had like less than 70 unique players. That's just terrible. Like I feel for them. Like I know that is not an easy weekend. It's not a pill for them. Like it's not an easy pill for them to swallow. And it sucks because like I'm friends with those people. I know how much it hurts. Even us, like I know how much we lost on our last tournament, and it sucks. People don't see it, but it's like we're still out here trying to support the game and giving people like a reason to play. And like the truth is that it creates a position for players that are at this level that want to get to the next level. That this is the first line. Set champs were supposed to be that, but basically since set 2, that's just not true anymore. It just feels like the cards aren't really wanted. Like even Maleficence, which I thought would be much more sought after, I didn't play in a tournament that had more than 16 people.
I was gonna say most of the set champs that I played in didn't even hit a 5th round.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I did not.
Horrible.
I didn't play in 5-round set champs this time. Like I just didn't. So
all I was doing was itching to play a full tournament, and I felt as though yes, I won, or yes, I won a card. But I'm like, my day was short, and I came to play Lorcana, and the community wasn't there to play games.
But the point is that these other events that these third parties are hosting, that they're betting on the community. They're just like really trying to give the community something. This would be a nice route to go because it does inadvertently supports the tournament organizers because it's like, well, if you just say like the top 8 people get like a quote invite early access to purchase a ticket, that's massive. Like people would certainly show up to these tournaments.
Yeah.
And it's almost free, right? Like they don't have to do anything other than provide a link to an email address.
Yeah. Like it's not like this is unheard of in the card game space. Like just looking at Magic, they have their store championships, which is their local scene. Yeah. Then they have a regional championship qualifier series, which if you win that, you get to go to the regional championship, and that is separate from their store championship.
Yeah.
So if we had a a set championship and have these tournaments that are separate from, like, we don't need to reinvent the wheel. We can look to other card games for examples, and they exist. And I don't know why they're not utilizing what has been successful in the past.
Yeah. I don't know. It's really funny. It just feels like we have this conversation every 3 months, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that is like, that's enough, right? Like the idea that like we just keep having the same conversation, it's a definition of insanity, right? So
That's how it felt.
Yeah, I mean,
I was clicking that refresh button going, okay, when do I go insane again?
It's a time warp, it feels like, but like not in a good way.
Yeah. And I wanted to show off the moment that we decided Judge was supposed to be here. That's for everyone. But yeah, I don't know. It's so difficult, right? Like it's an unfortunate situation for all, because 2,000 people got tickets, but it's pretty easy to say that 2,000 people didn't, and it could be more.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that's the big thing too about Ghent. Again, against 4,000 people, there's still going to be people upset that they didn't get in again.
Yes.
And you mentioned this earlier about, I thought when they announced the DLCs for Season 2 at Worlds, the way they announced it, I thought they were literally going to put all of the tickets on sale on that day.
I remember we were sitting in your house.
Yeah, we were sitting here for Worlds, and I said, you know what would be really interesting is if they decided to put every single DLC ticket on sale at the same time, right? If they had done this system, then they create this world that you were talking about where, okay, if we put them all on sale and we sell out 2,000 for every one of these events, and we did that in July, well, now we have so much time to say, okay, we booked it, we paid for it, and we were able to extend the room by 1,000, by 2,000. Like, you could have created that system in July with the information of like, we know that every single tournament will sell out. So I think that that's a really fair way to go about this, is that you announce these tournaments in June of last year, right? Like, we know about Indianapolis. It was a year from then.
Yeah.
So, like, Dortmund was a year from then. Like, we knew where it was. We knew the dates, right? Like,
I have my calendar marked through like the next year and a half.
Yes, literally.
As soon as we got dates, I sat there and put every single date in the Google Calendar.
Yeah.
And I said, here's Europe, here's China, here's Japan, like everything we know.
Right. So I think that if you have it planned out that far in advance, it's kind of the same thing. It's like any venue you're booking, you should be booking it like with the ability to extend. And I'm also, just so we clear, like, I'm a very big advocate that the moment that one of these DLCs does not sell out, then they have failed, right? So like it's a really bad feeling, but you have to always leave them wanting more. But let's just say they said, all right, the cap is $5,000, and then they only sold 3,000. Like, if that happened, the game would be like on life support. And that's also kind of a harsh reality.
Which is, I mean, honestly, that sounds, per my experience, that sounds crazy to me, because 3,000 is still a very healthy, amazing number. Like, I'm used to going to GPs for Magic where we thought 1,200 was an amazing number at the time, and it could have held more. So it's just like you're saying 3,000 people show up to a tournament.
If they book a venue to support 5,000 people, and then they only sell 3,000 tickets, that means they've lost out on 2,000 tickets. Whereas, like, right now, they are booking a venue for 2,000 people, and they're getting 2,000 people. So, like, at the very least, they are always on the break even of it all. Obviously, I have no idea what it costs to rent a convention center. I literally do not know. It's not cheap, right? Like, that's obvious. So it's so hard to say, like, oh, all right, we're selling these out in 20 seconds, but you don't know that they're like making hand over foot in value on this either, because I have no idea what it costs to rent a convention center. But you have to assume at the very least they're making some percent of it, like some percentage on per ticket. So as long as they're, quote, making a percentage on ticket, then you should always be looking to saying, how do I get more people in here, and how do I figure that out? If EU now for the second time has figured out this multi-day tournament structure. I don't understand why NA hasn't figured it out. Like, again, you said it earlier. It's there. It exists.
We watched them do it for the LCQ.
Fanfinity did it last year,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
you can do it. So, like, why are we not? Why does NA like feel that it's incapable of doing it? I don't get it.
It'll be really interesting to see, like you said, like, does Ghent sell out?
Yeah,
How
I think
quickly?
I have
I
no
think it
doubt.
does.
I have
I'm
no
very-
doubt that it sells out. I'm hoping that it doesn't, and then I get my ticket with no problems. I don't think that's going to happen, but that's what I'm hoping for. Because Ghent is very likely my last DLC for season 2, so I'm hoping I get there.
But like that's also a proof to say, hey, there's over 4,000 people trying to do this. Like the
Yeah.
demand is there. Like
Right.
keep up the demand.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's tough. It really is.
On my crash out spreadsheet,
Yeah.
I through my research estimated it's the high tens of thousands to low hundreds, 100,000 to rent, and they are selling. I rounded off to 2,000 tickets at 75 a pop, which is 150 grand.
Yeah.
So like just by those numbers, they're making a third bat, like out of their cost, they're making probably about 50,000.
Yeah. I mean, you still got to like assume, right? Like
there's
we're
still
paying-
other expenses, other factors,
Right,
other
right,
things.
right,
So
right,
I'm
right.
like just
So-
on ticket sale to room expenditure, they're still making out based off of the research I could do, and not a lot of it was available. So again,
Yeah. That's what I'm
highly
saying.
speculative. And even everything we've talked about to solutions of this, the first thing is trying to figure out how many players are actually doing this and wanting to, like, how many players actually over 2,000 are interested and wanted a ticket. It's
Right.
the first thing to figure out so you can get the data to do the proper room. But yeah, that cap has to go up. And if Europe has done it twice, they're going to keep doing it. If it's successful, why haven't we?
Yeah, I think that's the biggest alarm is that
Yeah.
it's been proven that they've figured out, they have booked the venues in order to do this. And I don't understand why, like, again, I've been in the Richmond venue a million times. I know it's big enough. There's not a real excuse. It is like the honest truth. And then not to mention the moment they announced that there's Friday side events, they actually shot themselves in the foot because they basically told you like, oh, we could do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, like the moment that they even announced Friday side events, I thought was like not helpful. It was the opposite of helpful because you're like, oh, so you just said that you can do what Gent's doing. Like you just admitted that you can do that. And now you can't figure that out. It's bad. It's bad.
No, but did you hear skill diff?
I'll give a shout out to Jeremy, on the Zan podcast, Club Lorcana. Like he said it. He doesn't feel that he should have to literally be skill diffed on the ability to get in the tournament. And I just agree. I don't think it should be a skill.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with that. It does feel bad. Vince, any last crashing out here?
Yes. That red blue slander I had to sit through in the beginning was just
Love you.
Herc is good. I have a 3-1 record against Blue Steel.
Proud of you.
Smashed Amber Steel twice. I just, you guys are sleeping on Herc.
Sounds like a really cool league night.
Yeah, it was one of those small events that you're talking about. Yeah, I mean, it tested well.
Yeah. It's fair. That's
We
fair.
did have a whole conversation about it before you played the tournament, Vince.
Yes, and it did well.
It did what you wanted it to do. So
It did.
good job. I mean, you top 4, right? Like you guys
Yeah.
top 4.
That's how.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that it's not possible. I'm just saying that it's unlikely.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Cindy killed a Goliath. Nice.
That seems interesting.
Yes. That was a play in that event where I had a Cindy kill a Goliath and live
Wow. Impressive.
because
Okay.
Cindy is a hero.
Now I got to know, how do we do this?
Cindy is a hero,
Okay.
and Herc protects heroes.
Okay.
So the Goliath was tapped, and so was Herc. So Cindy took no damage.
But how did you get to 5 strength?
He was already whittled down from something else.
Oh, okay. That's missing information.
No. The
I
only
thought
thing
you were
you needed
playing,
to know,
like I don't know, Ruby Chromacon or something, and I'm like, you know,
the only thing you needed to know was Cindy finished it off and lived.
okay.
was-
I mean, I guess
We missed the context that Cindy was finishing it off and not.
Yeah. Like
doing the job
I knew she was a
herself.
hero. I got all that down. I'm just like, how do we get to 5 strand? That's where I want to be. So
It needed to.
I was really hoping it ended with I played triple Ruby Chromacon. I'm like, wow, that's crazy.
That would be something.
But all right,
Next time.
next time.
I'm adding that into the deck as we speak.
Don't do that. It
Okay,
might not,
I won't.
it might be okay. Who knows?
Vince likes to test weird things. This is normal.
I do.
Weird is a nice way to say bad.
You said it, not me. Vince, blame him.
That's fair.
I
Very excited to
always
see
do.
Vince this weekend, though. We'll be seeing a lot of you. I get the next 3 weekends. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, probably.
I'm excited.
Yeah. You may as well
It's
just
gonna
come
be
for
a fun time.
Thanksgiving. You know, like I know you want an avocado bagel, so you know.
I do. Every time I see that breakfast, I'm like, where was my
Okay,
invite?
Oh,
I
no,
Get it right.
That's true. My bad. I mean, it could be a bagel,
It wasn't though.
but it could be.
It could be.
All right, that's what we're having for breakfast tomorrow, though.
Okay, deal.
Just for Vince, I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna send it to you in Discord.
Nice. I'll be there bright and early with the PSLs.
Okay, fair. So I know that you're not a social person, so I don't think I have to tell anyone where to find you in socials, but we can certainly be found this weekend at the 3K, at PAX Unplugged, and at the Safari Zone. And there's 2 events coming up at the Safari Zone, so there's a lot going on there for sure.
Yes. I wanted to hold off on the second one, but because of all of my crash outs, the one that we're hosting in December, we have DLC at home. So we got our hands on 8
I wonder how we
non-foil
got some of them.
Elsa DLC promos, and we're going to be hosting a tournament. And the top 8, if we get 50 players, the top 8 will be walking away with a non-foil Elsa DLC promo.
That's pretty cool.
It's gonna be really weird to win the same card twice.
It would be.
That
would be.
something. Yes.
It'll be kind of weird. Calling my shot.
All right. We'll hold you to it.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Again, there's so much doing in the Northeast area that it's exciting that we just have tournaments to play in at all. So I'm pumped for it. And for anyone still watching at home, Vince is not tall enough to stand in my basement.
I'm not.
Yeah.
That's the fun.
There was an amazing picture from last tournament that I judged where you're standing on a stage.
Yeah.
And you're just barely taller than I am.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I do love that photo. It's on one of the. It's on like it's in the event photo.
We'll have to recreate it
for on the website. I do love that one. That's a fun one. Well, Vince, I'm excited to see you this weekend. It should be a good time, and it'll be a couple fun weeks. I feel your pain. I'm very sorry that you have another DLC that you might miss, but hey, if I were you, I'd randomly check the website like every day, just like leave it up and just hit refresh. You never know. Maybe you'll get lucky. I've already heard some stories of people getting tickets.
Same.
Yeah, my refresh counter is at like 16 today so far.
Okay. All right.
I have found tickets for friends before on random days, so if that happens, you'll be sure to know.
Yeah. Maybe we should start a thing in Discord.
Yeah. I'm about to start a GoFundMe, but not for money. Just like keep refreshing the site over and over again.
Yeah.
And then
that's fair. All right. Well, we are going to let you go, and we'll see you this weekend. I'm not 100% sure if the event will be streamed just yet or not. We're going to stress test on Friday, but we get to talk to you again on Saturday morning.
Awesome.
All right.
I look forward to it. It's going to be a great event.
I'm excited.
See you soon.
See ya.
Oh, always Vince. We'll miss you, friend. Wow.
Yeah.
That's tough.
It's really disheartening, and Vince isn't the only person who I've spoken to who doesn't have a ticket.
No.
There's a lot of people I know who did not get them, and it's really disheartening.
Yeah, I mean, it really is, man, I don't know. Like, I want to call it luck, but in some ways I know that it's not.
We're very fortunate to have a network who can help each other, is I feel like the best way to put it. And it shouldn't come to that, but that's what it has. If I didn't literally stand up and say, here, Dan, I have a ticket, you weren't playing.
Yeah.
That's what it came down to.
Yeah. That day would have been sucky.
Yeah.
Like it would have been, if anyone on the team doesn't get a ticket, it being me is like kind of okay because I already have an
Sure.
invite to nationals, but it still wouldn't have felt good.
Right.
I
And
would.
it's not like we could get you an attendee. It's like those also went.
Yeah, they were also just gone, right?
Yeah.
I would have been.
You were just.
I would have not applied for a judge. I promise you that would not have been what I've done. But I don't know. I've seen people with media badges. Maybe I would have tried to get one of those. Do you think I could get a media badge?
I don't know.
I don't think
It's
so.
a tough sell after you won a golden Mickey.
I don't think I can get a media badge. I'd probably be declined for a media badge.
Probably.
But hey, we could try. We're media next week though.
We are media at PAX Unplugged. I'm
PAX
excited for PAX Unplugged.
Yeah, I'm excited for PAX. I think it's my favorite convention every year.
It's my third time going now.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how many times I've been because I've been to all of them.
Yeah, because
So I can just say that.
Yes,
Like,
it's my third. I know that with confidence.
Whatever the number is, all of them. I don't know when that started. I don't remember. All of them.
It started with me playing against you. That's all that I know.
That's true. That's where this story starts. Actually, hilariously.
It does.
We have Bay.
Hi, Bay.
Look at her. She looks confused.
She's gonna jump up. That's
Come on,
what's
Bay.
gonna happen.
All right, we have a Bay.
We have a guest.
This is what happens when we have the couch cast.
What's next on the agenda?
So this was a slide that I had in the meta report, and I called it the shining cards. I only have these 6 on here, but I'm curious with you, right? We're 2 weeks into the metagame. What has been your shining card of the metagame?
I think it's Melissa Mean and Scary.
There we go. We figured it out.
I figured it out. And it comes back to what I was saying earlier when we were kind of going through the tiers. I think it puts a lot of innovation and creativity into how you build a deck and how you play a deck.
Yeah.
Obviously, the first thing that comes to a lot of people's mind when we see that card is I'm going to combo with Prince Philip. But I had a couple games when we were testing where you had characters with damage on them and it kind of just wiped your board. Whether it was because they were X1s or because like you had cherry picked or I had cherry picked.
It's a 3-cost Tinkerbell.
Yeah, like all of a sudden it's just removing a whole bunch of threats and putting me in a position where I regain control. And I think it's really unique, especially coming out of Fabled where we didn't necessarily have a lot of removal and tools. I think this puts a lot of creativity in there. From this list, I personally, my second would have to be Demona.
Yeah, I'm not talking about this list. We can talk about any card, right? Like this was just like the clear standouts, but we've done a lot of playing some games and testing and everything like that. Like and maybe it doesn't even have to be a Whispers card, right? Like it could just be like, hey, this is a card that I've been playing and it's been good. Come to mind, Timothy Mouse.
Yeah, Timothy's real good at the moment.
Timothy Mouse seems really annoying.
And it's funny because at the Encounter tournament, last set, Timmy popped up.
Yeah, played by Noah.
Yeah. Yes, and I remember people saying like, hey, was Noah onto something or was it kind of just a one-off? And in the Fabled metagame, it sort of felt like it was one-off. But now we're seeing it in a position where it's popping up again and we're trying to get like aggression early and evasion is doing well. And so it's unique. And
now that I'm covered in dog. We got rid of Bay. Yeah, I think that it's been interesting because we have 7 decks built right now. They're right there. I can see them.
There's 8. Scott has 1.
Okay, we have 8 decks built, but there's 7 right there.
Accurate.
Had to get the jab in. Scott there. So I don't know. Like we've been playing a lot of Lorcana, and there's so many interesting new cards. I think Mowgli is it for me though, man. Mowgli is a card that just almost always feels good. To me, it goes back to playing Diablo 1. Like just seeing my opponent's hand it's early on in games.
Where it's so valuable.
It adds like a whole other level of skill expression to the game.
I was updating the Amber Emerald Dogs Guide a week and a half ago, whatever it was. And I was writing about Mowgli because I thought he was such a standout card. And I made a comment that as great as it is to hit and your opponent has an action, it doesn't even feel bad if you miss because I feel that it puts you in such a position that you can project what your opponent's going to do for the next 2, 3, 4 turns. that you then know what plays you need to make or try and prevent from happening.
Yeah.
So I agree with you there.
Yeah, he's just been great. Every time I hit a Strength of Raging Fire, awesome. Every time I hit a Spooky Sight, awesome. Even when I miss, I'm like, cool, you can't beat me. So that also feels great.
Like just telling me that now, I can all of a sudden.
Yeah, I just do what I want to do, and it's gonna be awesome. Yeah, he's probably been one of my favorite cards.
He's definitely fun. Lexington, not to be cliche, I have been very happy with. Like 4/4 for 3 that also has alert is just stats. We really like stats.
Yeah. Card I have I like took it off the list, but now I'm thinking about it. Junior Woodchuck's Guide.
Yeah.
I've hated it.
That's fair.
I've hated
it's not friends on the other side.
I've actually hated it.
Yeah.
And this was a card that I was very high on. And right now I'm not. I just don't. I think that like paying 3 is so much different than exerting a Maleficent Sorcerer.
Yes, it's very different.
It's just not the same. It feels terrible. It feels strictly worse than Doc. Like I don't know. That's one that I'm a little down on.
Yeah, a card that we were also kind of messing around with a little bit was that like Elsa for 3. I'm very underwhelmed by that.
I think she's probably okay. Like she is what she is, and she still gets you a body that can sing. So
yeah,
I'm mostly okay with Elsa. I would say the other card that I would be down on would be Della's Lullaby.
I agree.
Yeah, I
was very excited to test that card, but it's not doing what I thought it was going to do. We're not in a world where I have the ability to combo 3 cards at once to try and wipe the board. That's kind of just not where the game is right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that should have been the question of the day is what's your shining card?
Yeah.
So if you're hanging out in chat and you have had a card and it's not Hercules, Vince, I know you're still watching. We can talk about it for sure. Let us know. All right. So I wanted to talk about goals for a second.
Ooh.
So
we've talked a lot about goals.
This section that you're reading that's on screen right now is from our free guide on Metafy, which is the Tips for All Disney Lorcana 101. And I wrote about my goals to start the season 2.
Yes, I remember this.
And like it was, to me, a lot of my coaching, a lot of our conversations, like as a team, even as like friends, like a lot of the most common question is like, well, what is your goal? Like, what is the goal of this deck? What is your goal for the month? Like what is the goal for the week? Like whatever, like, because basically like everything you do once you decide your goal is now you have the end in mind.
Yes.
A lot of people, and I say this one quite often where I tell people like, hey, start before you're ready, like just do stuff, like get into it and like get dirty, things like that.
Right.
But once you get past the initial fears of some things, you need to get into a mindset of like planning.
Yes. And
for me, the goal was simple, back in September when I wrote this article was like the goal. Oh God, so sad, Vince. The goal is, okay, I just want to make day 2.
That was my goal.
Right.
For Italy.
So when you set that goal for yourself, because specifically in this structure for season 2, day 2 is not cut.
Correct. Like
it is a cut, but it's not top cut.
Right. Whereas you have to hit a point threshold essentially.
Right. It's very Magic designed, where in the Magic circuit, it's very very similar to Grand Prix. That Grand Prix do the same thing. You just have a tournament. They tell you here's the bar for the day. If you make that bar, you get to move on in the tournament.
Right.
So when they create that version for that in Disney Lorcana, my goal was just simple. It's like, well, I didn't make top 64 at all last year. Top 128 wasn't good enough in any of the events that I was successful in. I just want to go to the ball.
Yes.
Right. Like the whole point is like, I just want to be there and say, okay, I got to play on Sunday in the main event.
Right.
We missed the goal. I missed the goal,
you missed the goal
in Bologna. Right.
Right.
And I had said to a group of individuals that I was sitting with at the time that I felt if I had hit the goal, if I had made day 2 in Bologna, I don't think I win a Mickey in Milwaukee.
I think that's very possible. Because
the preparation I did for Bologna was off of a couple like really miserable weeks in life. And I would have felt like it was just like I didn't even earn it, you know?
Right.
So I actually was pretty hilariously relieved that I didn't day 2 in Bologna.
Yes.
Because it would have made my goal like not feel as if it was like a real goal.
Right. Whereas like I think I had a very different perspective.
Yeah.
Where I was like, okay, I'm going to Stockholm. I'm playing in a CCQ. I'm getting like experience playing international before I get to the DLC. I'm hitting minimum 6 wins and no one's stopping me from doing that.
Right. So here's the questions, right? If the goal was that, right? So the goal is like, okay, that was the goal, get day 2.
Yep.
Now for you, your goal is to get an invite.
Yes.
Okay, like that's like the next.
My goal is top 32 now.
Right. So like that's the next stretch goal, which I think is important. And this can be set at any level, right? Like let's just say, let's take the DLC out of it for a moment and just say set champs.
Right.
Right. Set champs are in January. They're not that far away, hilariously. Like they'll be here before we know it. And if your goal, you know, is in set champs is like, I just want to win a card. Well, if you win a card in week 1, like you're not going to play the rest of the month, right?
Right.
Like, no, like you are going to play the rest of the month. I confused you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The point is that like if your only goal is to win a card in set championships and you do it in the first day of set championships, how do you reassess to plan for your next goal?
You have, in my opinion, you have to make the bar higher.
Right.
You have to say, what's next? Okay, I got top 8. I got a card.
Yep.
So is it top 4 for the chance to play for a mat?
Right.
Or is it a mat?
Right. So that's like a natural progression, right? Now, I think that whenever you create a goal, you should always have like these stretch goals in mind.
Yes. Courtney and I talked about this on Enchanted Chatter last week a little bit too. Yeah, yeah.
So it's that point of, okay, we set our goals for like the season, right? And my goal for season 2 was the first goal was day 2. The second goal was get an invite. The third goal was win a playmat. The fourth goal was win a golden Mickey. So now I'm in this position where I'm like, what is a realistic goal? Right? Like it's not, is it fair to say that a realistic goal is winning a DLC? Like, is it actually fair to say like that's a realistic goal?
I mean, it's 1 out of 2,000.
Right.
That's very challenging, even if it's what you want to do.
Right.
Like we all want to do that.
Right.
But in a way, I think we have to temper the expectation that it's quite challenging to get there.
Yeah.
And so you almost need, like you were saying, like what's your benchmark and then what's the stretch.
Right.
And sure, the stretch now can be I'm winning.
Yeah.
But like what's your minimum bar
now? Yeah, I mean the minimum bar is like if I'm playing in the Infinity event on Sunday, I'm an unhappy person. It's probably the minimum bar now.
So day 2.
Right. Like I think it's just like it still has to go back.
Yeah.
But it's more just like that mindset of once you hit all the checkpoints.
Right.
Do you just start over?
I think it depends how active you want to be.
Sure.
And like this isn't a knock, but there are people who say, "Hey, I have my invite.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm not going to play set 10 meta."
No, I'm not doing that. I'm going to win. I'm going to win Richmond.
I understand. But I bring it up because I think there's different bars that you can set. Some, like you can say, I hit my goal. I'm just chilling.
Yeah.
Or you can say, I'm going to help my team hit their goals.
Right.
So like, I'm going to do everything in my power to test and make sure that everyone else is set up. Right. And if that also means that I'm going to continue hitting day 2 and beyond, like that's great.
Cool. Shots fired. Yeah, I just think that the real point is that like once you set the goal, you now have these points that you're like supposed to go for it. And I think the most common conversation I have with players is they don't have any goals.
I have always been somebody who has to work towards something, and something can't be invisible. So like that's just not how it
can't be invisible, and it
has to be tangible. I have to be able to say this is my benchmark.
Right, like, and this is really important too because, and I think I mentioned this in that article in that chapter in the guide, is that I may have been unfair to myself in season 1.
It's very possible.
Because, like, you know, I'm coming from a background where I've been, you know, I consider myself like a professional card player for portions of time where, like, I play the game so much that it's more important to me than my job, right? I have done that for multiple card games. So in every card game I've ever played, I got to nationals. Yeah. Like in every game, it was never a question. Like I played nationals.
Right.
So in season 1, when I didn't qualify for nationals, I was very hard on myself.
Yes.
So in this season, I didn't really want to set that bar to start because I'm like, I can't just like go in and say like, oh, I'm gonna do this thing because like I have not proven that I can do it.
Right.
So it had to be a goal that was like, I think, or I have already done in my lifetime, gone X2 in tournaments and made like a top cut scenario with those numbers. So it's realistic to say that I can acquire that.
That makes sense to me.
But like I still hadn't done it.
Right.
So now it's just like when you set that goal, you have to find that line of like, how am I not going to feel bad about it? How can I, if I don't obtain it, how do I address it? And like what are the bars and parameters to like even be able to identify it? So in Bologna, when you know I was 5-2 going into that last round, I'm like, okay, like I did everything that I could have to like give myself the best opportunity.
Right.
We didn't get there. But it was that moment that you're like, okay, at least the proof of concept is clearly there. Maybe I was a little bit hard on myself for like some of the choices that I made in the tournament, like later on. But the point is that the goal was fair, obtainable, and when I didn't get it, I could measure why I didn't get it.
And I think that's arguably the most important thing is if you fall short, understanding what or why or how so that you can change that for the next time.
Yeah, and
it's not easy necessarily to identify that.
I mean, listen, we know good players that didn't get 3 wins in Milwaukee.
Right.
You know, like you can have that day. You can have a bad day. It's just that's just the way like tournament life is. And I think that that's also like really important to note is that nothing is free in this game.
I mean, you lost round 1.
Right. Like, I mean, that's whatever. Like the point is that like nothing is free in this game. Right. So just because you might win every set champ, just because you might have top 8 at like big events in the past, like it doesn't mean that you can just assume you're going to win 3 games in a DLC. Like it's just the variance of the format in a lot of ways.
And
like
you remind me of this all the time. You're like, every tournament's a new tournament.
Right.
Like reset, go in, play your games.
Right. I'm here for it. All right.
Courtney and I were talking about this the other day.
I'm here for it. Trust me. But like that's kind of where I'm at right now is that I think that with every new set, it is important to kind of set that goals. Like obviously at our competitiveness, like we set season goals.
Yes.
But there still should be like I still think it's fair to like set a monthly goal. This is something that our team does. You know, like we've started trying to like set these benchmarks for ourselves to like hit these things. I don't care. I'll say mine out loud. My goal for November was in every tournament I play in to play a different deck.
Right. Because
like I want to get to Richmond and say I am familiar with everything in the format.
Right.
And then I can make the best decision that I made because that's what I did for Milwaukee. Like I had played in every set champs I played a different deck. In every third party event that I played in, I played a different deck. So like I played a different deck in every single tournament that I was at. So when I got to Richmond, I had the ability to go to sleep. For Milwaukee. I had the ability to go to sleep and saying, I could wake up tomorrow and play either of these decks and probably be successful. Right. We landed on dogs and Lizard Kitty we trust. Great. But, you know, I think that if people don't set goals for themselves, then you don't have a benchmark to even like address where you are.
Right.
You know, and I think that that's really like what's getting lost on a lot of players is that if you are not setting goals and you're just like, I'm just going to go to league night, you're not like, what's the purpose of league night? You know, like even league night should have a goal. I don't care if it's like, well, league night, I decided to play 4 Hercules in my deck just to see if his card's good.
Vince, where are you at?
But that's my point is that like, I really, really want to stress that, I can attribute a lot of my success in the last event because I set a goal for myself that was realistic, that even in the moment, like the goal was so important to me that in round 7, when I won my 6th match, that was the most emotional I was through the whole tournament.
Because you hit the goal.
Right.
I felt very similarly. You ran up to me in Italy.
Yeah.
When I hit that point, it was round 7 because I was 6-1 at the time. And you're like, you did it. You told me you wanted to do this, and look at you.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm not there.
Yeah.
We're trying to all get there.
Yeah.
And so it's when you have something to work towards, and you're constantly reminding yourself of that. I think it just puts you in a better headspace to hit it.
It gives you a path.
You have to focus, right?
Right.
You need to focus
it gives you the path. Like if you just go through and like you're setting goals that are just unrealistic, and specifically if you set a goal that you have no control over, I think that's where you become lost.
Right.
And I'm like really trying to stress that to players, social players, like competitive players, that like your level up moment could just be sitting down and like writing out where the end is. Once you have that, every decision point you make between now and then leads to, okay, what do I want?
I was talking to somebody before Milwaukee. I forget who it was. And they said, well, my goal is 6 wins. And I said, that's great. I said, but even before that, like technically you could have a goal before that says get 3 wins and get the Mulan.
Sure.
So like for some people, the goal might just very literally be, I want to get Mulan.
Yeah.
And if it takes all day, it takes all day. But maybe that's where like you're at.
Sadly, for some people, it is getting in the tournament.
That's what I mean. But if you're realistic with yourself and you say, this is the bar I'm setting.
But even then, like I just said, we know great players that didn't get 3 wins.
For sure.
So
it's possible to not hit them.
There's a world where it's like, if you're going to really want this 3 wins, you probably have, I'm not even kidding, you probably still put the same amount of effort as that person getting 6 wins.
I agree with you.
Because that's how difficult the tournament might be.
Like you have to set the bar with yourself so that you're realistic with yourself.
Yeah.
You can't just say like, oh, I know how to play cards, so I'm just going to hit it. Like, unfortunately, that's not the world we're in.
Yeah, I agree. So hopefully our TED Talk on reminder of goals was good enough. Now we get to talk about something fun.
Ooh.
I don't know if it's fun. I think this is really hard for us to see.
It is really hard.
So I'm going to try and do this. Will this help us? All right, this helps us a little bit. Now we can see that a little bit better.
Yes.
We can. Hopefully you guys can see it at home. So shout out to the one, the only Scott Landis. He was fortunate enough to do some breakdowns already. This will be in the finance guide that Scott updates pretty like regularly at this point now. There's already been 2 or 3 updates to it, I think, in this minute, in the Whisperers metagame. So he's been on top of it. But yeah, as you can see here, there's some differences now already on the prize wall. Melissa, you weren't in Milwaukee, but you were a viewer from Bologna to Milwaukee, and the drastic amounts of changes for these things. I will say for me, the number one standout is the hat.
Yeah. Hashtag Dan got a hat. And
that was free. That was free. Yeah, but tell me about some of the prize changes here for us.
So an obvious one, but like not super relevant. The booster pack value has changed. It's now 600, which means it went up 200, which is super awkward because it very literally gives us a price because everyone knows how much a booster pack costs. So now the ticket value of said booster pack has just all of a sudden changed. Like
the one update we'll say is that you do now get more tickets for entry,
which is good.
So I think that that's just like a scale increase to match whatever they need to do. Oh, do we get? Oh, hey, Wonder. Thanks, Wizard. Thank you. Love you. Mean it. So I do think that. I think that that is kind of a good thing, right? Like if technically if we're getting more tickets, we're getting it's so difficult. We're getting the same amount, right? So we're getting the same amount of entry for what we're buying, but they just change the numbers. But yeah,
I don't know. You look at some of these things. If I'm looking at this correctly, a pin is going from 2,000 to 4,000.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That seems insane.
That's crazy. And the hat, was that the same thing, right? Like the hat also jumped doubled in price, I believe.
Something like that.
I don't know if it's on here.
I don't know if it's on this one.
But yeah, like the hat also doubled in price. So like that is definitely like some things that are crazy because when you see these dramatic differences, that doesn't feel very good.
It's really frustrating because as somebody who in Bologna, I went 9-3.
Yeah.
At the time, I wasn't getting a Simba.
Right.
And they kind of Fanfinity compensated for that by saying, we're going to give you 2,000 tickets.
Right. I broke some stuff.
As a Disney pin collector, all I wanted was Elsa pins. I said, I love Elsa. I like pins. This is what I want.
Yeah.
And sure, I got some number of pins because they cost some amount.
Right.
But I chose to not get like an Elsa card,
right,
or a Let It Go card, or
right. Yeah, I mean, Let It Go is
like the prices on them were set, and I'm like, okay,
yeah.
The last DLC season,
yeah.
the ticket price was the same throughout the season for the most part.
It is very weird that it's like every single event they're changing.
Like I remember that the price of the Cinderella mat went down. I remember it was high, and then it went down by like 10 or 20.
Yeah, I think it went from like 100 to like 90.
Sure.
Yeah.
It felt more attainable, and I remember people being happy for that. But it was a minimal change. Like these changes feel very drastic.
Here's the funny thing. It feels like they are uncomfortable with the secondary market that they're not supposed to acknowledge.
Right. Like I remember leaving Bologna.
Yeah.
And I said like I ended Bologna with like 3,160 tickets.
Yeah.
Which could have gotten me a Mulan or a Simba playmat. Does
that mean because I had 40,000 tickets, I'm like just way better than you?
Sure. If that makes you happy, have at it. But like that, all of my stuff went into one. And like I don't even know what the price in, I guess it's on that thing.
Yeah.
What the price of a mat was.
It's probably hanging out somewhere on here. I don't remember.
When you looked at it that way, it felt so awkward to be like, I got all of this and you just got this one thing. And so it almost feels as though doing the same performance is getting you more or less. And like, that's kind of a cruddy feeling.
Yeah, I do agree. I don't know. To me, it's just so weird that they just keep updating and changing it. And
I don't understand why they keep changing it.
Specifically, like so dramatic. Like why does an Elsa pin go from 2,000 to 4,000? Like why does that happen?
Right, like it doesn't make sense.
You know, why does a hat double? Like
why does the card get cut in half?
Yes, it's
like I don't get it.
I don't know, and like obviously there's probably some marketing research behind all of it, right? Like what do we want? And hey, I mean, well, we got Melissa on, we may as well let her have at it. They just took pins out of league boxes, right? So like maybe they're just like, hey, we don't have enough pins anymore, so we got to like increase the price of them. Like, is that possible?
I mean, it's certainly possible.
Or it's basically like saying like pins actually cost this much.
They cost this much,
so therefore we have to double what they're worth. Like, right. is that like actually real? Like that could be real.
It could be real. It could be like, hey, we gave out way more than we expected.
Okay.
And so like the allocation we have left for the year, we need to like change the price by X so that we don't run out.
Okay.
I don't know if that's actually the case. That's just
but
a possible option.
So this response is that like even if that's true, they made things that were unattainable. Like if if you look at the list, I'll put it back up. I'll get this away. Like the idea that Elsa was 2,000 and is now 4,000. The idea that the hat doubled. The other, like the cards dropping makes sense, but I'm still confused as to why Simba and Elsa are even the same cost.
Right, because
it doesn't make any sense. Like, why are they the same cost?
The foil versions are not the same.
Right, the foil versions, the difference of top 32 and top 64. Yeah. So, like, why are they the same? And then I think I can't, like, it's so hard for us to actually see this.
I believe that the uncut sheets changed drastically also.
Right. I'm trying to like
what the numbers were. I don't recall off the top of my head, but they're clearly shifted values across the board.
Yeah. Like the booster doesn't really bother me any because it just, they're kind of giving that out, but even Let It Go, I think Let It Go went down. Yeah. So Let It Go was 4,500. Now it's 1,300. So like, that's kind of awesome.
No, now it's 32.
Sorry. Yeah. It went down negative 1,300. My bad. So I guess that's cool. I don't know, like Dragonfire's at 1,200. Like that's kind of cool. Like I think that it's scaled down a little bit.
It's frustrating too, though, because
all the uncut sheets value down.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal because like they
People
may
spent a lot to get them.
they may have given out max 3 or 4 of these at each event so far. Like we're aware of 2 of them in Bologna. I don't know if another one went out, but I know that there was at least 2, and I think
I
there
know of
was
at least 3 from
Milwaukee. So clearly that number is like fairly unobtainable, and it's also likely the only way you do obtain it is through a means that they don't want you to do.
Correct.
So there's a lot of that too.
I think it's very unfair that the scale shifts so much because it's hard to plan for, and like it's unfair to the people who get into one event and not the other.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like even in a world where you just said, okay, I only got this many tickets. Obviously, we can't even guarantee that we're going to go to another DLC, right? Like that's already been proven. So you still have to like hedge your bet of going like, all right, well, I didn't get enough for like Elsa and the pin this time, so I'm just gonna get the Elsa and I hope that I get the pin next time. And now you're telling all those people that it doubled. So now it's like, oh my god, like this is actually
that's what I mean.
This is really difficult now. Yeah, that feels bad.
Feels really bad.
That does feel bad. Ironically, the 10,000 tickets will still get you an Elsa and a pin, which was basically what it did in Milwaukee. So if you do day 2, you get that, but that's not always achievable for everyone.
For somebody who doesn't make it and then has to kind of like make up for it in side events, it's a hard thing to hit potentially.
Yeah. We talked about it a little bit at the top, but we may as well touch on it now. With the pricing update, we also were confirmed that the top 64 players and the markdown to the people that hit that breaker are now going to get a Simba.
Yes.
You were among that.
I was.
So you get one. Dick Burns gets one. That's really cool because like they're giving out those, to the players, which I do agree with. I think that is a very good thing.
It feels a lot better because going home, I can't say I went home with nothing because Fanfinity did make right and compensate.
Right. In Bologna, 3,000 tickets got given out. Right. I do agree. Yeah.
But like for when like Dick Burns and other people didn't get anything, like that felt really cruddy.
Yes.
And bad. And so I am relieved that at least for their efforts, we get something.
Yeah. I also, I think for a lot of reasons it was kind of unacceptable.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like if you were playing in day 2, you cannot necessarily play in side events because they all start at the same time.
Yeah.
So like I play 4 more rounds of a tournament. I don't get anything.
Yeah.
Now at least it's matched. And so there's some pricing it.
Again, it's a lot of that. This is precedent that was set, in season 1
with Let It Goes.
With the Let It Goes. It was never Cinderella though, which I do understand, and that's like the big point here is that Simba's. If we're being honest, they might have only printed X amount of Simbas.
And now
they're like, okay, this is clearly a problem. We just got to like double it.
Right.
Which is, in my opinion, totally fine.
It's healthy for the game, and I will say it's nice that Ravensburger responded in a pretty timely manner about
it was pretty quick. It was, almost, obviously we're going to hear more about it on the Lorecast tomorrow. So that's, I think tomorrow's the episode for Cooper. I might be wrong. I think it is though.
I think.
It's hard to keep track of it.
I know there's
But so maybe we get some more information about it. But it is one of those where I think it was the right thing to do. I think giving that prize is great. I don't remember reading this, but does the top 32 bubble get Elsa?
Yes.
So they're even matching that.
They basically said that if you hit a bubble, they were going to compensate the bubble.
Okay.
That didn't mean that like 33 was getting an invite, but 33 would get the Elsa.
Okay.
So it gave you something for being equal.
Okay. I mean, that's a lot. I mean, getting handed Elsa for the bubble again, Cinderellas were not handed out to the bubble.
Yeah.
So like Let It Goes were handed out to the bubble, but Cinderellas never were.
Right.
So
this is basically saying Simba's and Elsa's.
And there were certainly tournaments last year that the bubble, was from 64 to 120.
Yeah.
So like that's a lot of Cinderellas that would have went out.
Right.
Whereas it ended up being the opposite way where, 128 went to like 155, right? So there were still like 30 more people getting getting it. It would have been the same thing last year. Like I would have probably. I think I would have got a Cinderella like at least 2 times.
It's fair. Yeah.
So I think like I landed on the bubble twice, like on that bubble. So yeah, I think I would have ended up getting 2 Cinderellas. So it is kind of crazy that they're even matching the Elsa in general. Probably a hot topic. Do you think the invite should have been passed?
Meaning hand out more invites?
For the 33, 34, and I think there was 6, if I remember.
So the reason I'm going to say no is because there is a set number that we have been told are going to be playing in this event.
Yeah.
And unless they can say that they can change that number to accommodate adding more, I think it's unfair to say that they will hand them out because you can't predict how many invites that will be. And so does that then take away from unplanned CCQs? And if that's the case, that's really unfair to somebody like Vince, who doesn't get to go to a DLC. Because that means all of a sudden, instead of, let's call it 20. I don't know if that's the number. Let's say there's 20 CCQs that happen.
Okay, sure.
I don't know what the
I don't know. I don't know the number is. Yeah.
But if there's 20 mystery spots intended for CCQs, and
I think
all of a sudden,
I think it was 24 for NA. That's the number I remember.
If there's 24 spots, you can't plan 24 CCQs if you're all of a sudden going to be like gifting these spots. Yes. And so that means that all of a sudden, like, events just don't happen.
Yeah.
And like that to me feels bad as somebody who maybe doesn't get a chance to go to a DLC and is now banking on these other things. And then all of a sudden they say, sorry, these other things just aren't going to happen.
I think that you're in the right place. It does 2 things for me. One, tiebreakers exist for a reason.
Yeah.
They do. If you lose early in a tournament, you're punished. So like we can complain all we want about getting a record, but the fact is that in a normal setting, in a normal scenario, you would have dropped from the tournament.
Yes, that is correct.
If you start with early losses in tournaments and you can't make top 8, if let's just say we only were going to top 8, if you start 1-2 in a tournament, you're dropping from the tournament every time.
Yes.
You're never staying in this event. Yes. So because of the structure of the tournament, you're staying in the tournament because like you believe there's a chance.
Right.
In all realism, there is no chance. You're never going to make top 32 if you start in an event taking 2 losses in the first 4 to 5 rounds.
Right.
Like it's just unrealistic. Like it's not going to happen because every single round, once you get 2 losses, every round that you play, the person you're playing, you're eliminating from the tournament. Every single round. So you're always going to a negative.
Right.
You're never ever hitting a positive. It's just unrealistic. So to me, no, I don't think the invite should be passed down.
Right.
Because I think that there should be a fault to the tournament and losing early. Like, I don't have sympathy for a player that literally eliminated their opponent every round for the whole tournament. I just don't have sympathy for that. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. But it's also that point is that we were told there will be 6 LCQs. I think that was the number. There will be 6 LCQs at Nationals.
Right.
So if all of a sudden we just gave 6 invites,
then those just go
they're just gone. They're like we just completely erased this whole possibility. You can't do that. You cannot do that.
Like unless all of a sudden you magically can add 25 people to the tournament.
Right.
And like that's a whole different set of pricing
like
structure.
In the world that we're currently living in,
that doesn't exist.
We believe there's 128 spots.
Yes.
And that's what we believe.
And if all of those are accounted for, then I think it's very unfair to say all of a sudden we're going to pass down.
Yeah.
And then these other spots just like don't exist.
I've been having such a weird, like, I don't know how to feel about it. I think 128 slots for Nationals is harsh. So I do say that. I do believe that like 128 is an incredibly harsh number for a game that is selling out 2,000 person tournaments in moments, right? Like, so I think that it is harsh. And I think because it was announced at a 128, extending it feels bad.
I agree.
And like, yeah, maybe I'm speaking of privilege of like saying I'm one of the people that have an invite, right?
Sure.
So like me being in a pool of 128 sounds way better than being in a pool of 250, right? Like obviously it feels better.
We also do know though that like from last year, like legitimate pass downs did happen.
Right.
So in a world where you get another spot,
Sure.
that spot has to be given to somebody.
Yeah, like for an example in Milwaukee, their only way that anyone would have got a pass down is if Sky or the player from Utah made top 32.
Understandable.
So that's it. Like there was only 2 potentials. Now you go into the next tournament and we have 35, 40 players maybe by then that are invited. Right. So if any of those go in, then the pass downs happen.
So like the other thing that I think is awkward is in this world where they then extended and they said 33, 34, 35 have them.
Yeah.
Then how do legitimate pass downs work?
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden you're gonna have to give it to somebody with a lower record, and like that causes a whole bunch of unnecessary bad feelings.
Yeah, I agree. I think that I mean we said this a few weeks ago. I believe that the top 32 is bad.
Yes.
I don't think it should exist.
Correct.
I think you should just cut to like a top 16 and like not have a 1 a.m. and we didn't even get into the Ghent conversation, right? Like they announced Ghent as two-day events. So it's like, okay.
Insane.
So
here's 2 DLCs happening at once.
It's great. I love it. I'm here for it. But what I'm not here for is that at the end of both events, the winner of each event have to play each other at what I assume will be 2 a.m. So who's going to win the tournament on Monday a.m.? Like, I am not here for this.
Yeah, that's kind of
We
crazy.
can't have a best of 5 in this event, a best of 5 in this event, and then say, now you two are going to play each other in another best of 5. It's ridiculous. Just give them both an invite. Honestly, like they played and won a 2,000 player tournament. Please let them have an invite to Worlds. I'm not going to feel bad about it.
Right.
I think it's insane that they're going to play another game. I actually think it's crazy.
It's crazy to me. Like you get all this way and
please just literally reconsider that thought. Like just think about Milwaukee. Milwaukee. I was there till 12:30 in the morning for a ceremony. Okay, I was there on Monday.
That was insane.
If you have a whole other best of 5, you're going to be there till 2 a.m.
Yeah.
People are going to wake up, drink their coffee, and watch the finals. Okay, like, don't do this.
Yes.
Don't do this. Seriously. I'm tired for them. Exactly. Yeah, I think that's where I'm at. Like, I think that giving out the cards is great. I don't think there's any world that you can give out these invites.
That's where I'm at.
I think it's unrealistic. I think it's actually even unfair to ask of it because I understand that like you feel that you earned it, which is completely fair, but by saying that you get it that way, you are removing opportunity. Right. Like you are removing that same level of opportunities for all of these CCQs that are coming up, for any version of an LCQ system that will exist. If you just gave away 4 to 6 invites every single event, you're like that whole CCQs are dead. Third-party organizers are dead.
And that's exactly it. It's like you put something in writing. You told us something was going to happen.
Yeah.
Stick with that to the best.
To that point, yeah. This is just don't lose in the first 3 rounds. It's just a fact. Yeah, like you can't.
It feels bad.
Like when I lost round 1, I thought my tournament was over. Because I'm like, I lost round 1. Like my breakers are going to be bad the whole day. Like I knew it.
Yeah.
So, like I didn't lose again, thankfully, until top 4. But
right. I mean, I lost in Italy. My first loss was round 4.
Right.
And I remember Alex and I had like looked at all of it after the fact. The difference between a 64 and me at 79 was like less than 2%.
Right. Right.
That was the difference, and that was because of when I lost.
Yeah, but even like DKP is an example. Like he started the tournament 02.
Yes.
And he ended with the same record as you.
Correct.
And he was like in Narnia.
Yes, exactly.
Right. Like his tiebreakers were just.
I didn't see him literally until we both looked there.
He's another example that if he went 10-2, there's no way he's in top 32.
Right.
Like he would have been 38 or whatever. Like it's the same conversation. Yes. And he knew that.
He 100%.
Like he literally tweeted like I'm dead for top cut.
Yes.
Like in round 2.
Yeah.
So I think that you have to live with that expectation of, you can go and play out the tournament, and that's great, and it's awesome that you're going to get an Elsa.
It's great that we know now that there is a prize match.
Right. Like, so if you get the record and you get the Elsa, like, all right, cool, you do get that, but in no way, shape, or form do I agree that you should get an invite.
Right. You still have to earn it.
You just didn't earn it. Like it's a fact. You just didn't. Like, I don't know.
I agree.
What else do we have on the docket here, Melissa?
I don't know.
Oh, we have some guides to talk about. All right. So all of these guides have been updated this week, Melissa.
They have. We talked a bunch, you and I, about Amethyst Steel recently.
Yeah, you said a whole bunch of stuff about Amethyst Steel, and it sounded like you edited the article that I sent and put in there.
That may or may not have happened.
Yeah. And then we also had the finance updated a couple times now. Again, like you had that little breakdown for that chart. All those charts are in the finance guide for everything that Scott does.
All set.
It's nothing but a bunch of little cheat codes to get more out of your experience in Disney Lorcana. That's really what it is. And then dogs. We've been playing some dogs.
We have. I put a preliminary list in there. After this weekend, I'll probably update it again, as we've been doing a bunch of testing leading up to it, and I have a lot of opinions and some things I need to validate.
Yep.
So definitely stay tuned for more there. Definitely intend to keep information flowing.
Love that. Oh,
what's
let's talk
this?
about the cross-continental clash. There's a lot of cool people on this picture.
There are. I one of them is sitting right here.
Yeah, I'm super excited for this. You know, this is, I think, the third, if I remember, the third season of this. I believe so, because I think Bivens won one and Zan won one.
Yes, that sounds correct.
So yeah, I think this is our third season, and it was really cool. When I got the message from Pavel asking if I wanted to participate in it, I was basically like, yes, absolutely. Which is really cool because I kind of just like answered. I had no idea really what was going to happen or who was going to be a part of it. It's really cool to see some of the, like these great faces in the community, and you know,
I'm really excited to see two kids on there.
I think Bradley
one for NA.
and Aiden being a part of that is exceptional. I'll say it before you say it. It is upsetting that there are no women involved.
It is, and shout out to Rebecca Quest, because I know she has been making a lot of noise about this today.
Yep.
Among other people.
Yep.
I do think Pavel is somebody who listens to feedback. I am very confident that he will adjust for the next one.
I don't think anyone listens to feedback better than Pavel.
Exactly.
So
I do not think it was malicious. I do not think it was intentional. I think he had a goal.
Yep.
Aiden literally just won a Golden Mickey, and it's fantastic for the game.
Yep.
To see that there are children who can get that far.
Yep.
And so I think his thought was, I want to highlight Aiden. If I'm highlighting Aiden, we need a child on each side. Who better than Bradley?
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, hopefully we do live and learn. We get past that. But this is a lot of fun. You know,
I'm
there's
excited
a lot of
to watch it. I mean, there's obviously a lot of great players on there from both sides. There's a lot of feud. I mean, looking at this, all 4 Podcana people are playing.
Yep.
Which I think is kind of cool and funny. So like they get to have their own little feud of Kawa versus everybody else.
That's true. That is pretty fun.
So it's neat. We get to kind of see what are top players thinking, what are people doing, and how are they adapting to the meta.
Yeah.
It's also entertainment. Like I personally am somebody who, like, when I'm working or like at night when I'm folding laundry or doing other stuff, love to have content on, and I think being able to watch games of EU and NA players is always exciting.
Yeah, I'm the kind of guy that every opportunity is worth taking, you know, as long as it makes sense and you could, you know, have the time to do it. So when I was asked to do it, I'm like, yeah, this is perfect timing for me. I'm in my slow season for work, so it shouldn't be that difficult to plan these, you know, I don't know how many time zones are in this picture.
A lot.
But it is certainly a lot of time zones. And then like you add a layer onto like, yeah, man, 2 of these kids are in school. Yep. So like, what does that do for how we play games? You know, like we're going to make it work. I have no doubt about that. Like there's not going to be any issues, but it is pretty cool. Like seeing some of these players. And I think when the list first came out, the first thing I had said to myself is like, wow, I think I've only played against one of these players, 2 of these players. One being Aiden, who I just played, you know, for the first time in top 8, and then the other was DKP. So like, there's a lot of North American players here that I've never played a game of Disney Lorcana with.
Yeah, I mean, like even myself looking at this picture, I've played against Wonder.
Yep. Before
I played against Zan in Stockholm. Mm-hmm. I've obviously played against you in a few tournaments.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's a whole set of new people.
Yeah. So
cool.
I think there's a lot of that too. And, you know,
there's also new faces, old faces, right? Like some of these people played season 1 or 2 and some of them are new to it.
Yep.
So it's refreshing. I think it's exciting.
I think it's just, you know, it's fun. It is competitive.
It's
you know, like
feud. Like
everybody playing this certainly wants to win, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know, the bragging rights are there. and I think it'll just be fun. Like,
I also really love when he posted it today that he said the winner gets to pick the charity that the money gets donated to. I think that's like a really unique element that gives people choice. Like, it's not just, hey, I'm picking where this goes.
Yep.
You get to pick. Like, you get there, you pick the charity you want it to go to.
Yep. I think that's great. It's I mean, that's a normal Havel thing at this point.
Oh, 100%. Just shouting it out because it's great.
Yeah, of course. Huh. Well, Melissa, we've been chatting for quite some time. The Into the Unknown Couchcast.
Yes.
It's been a lot of fun. Huge shout out to Vince for coming on and joining with us, and for everyone that came in from the Wonder Raid. Welcome, thank you. Of course, always shout out to the Wizard. He's the best. Final thoughts going into the weekend. We got a big weekend.
I'm playing 2 tournaments this weekend.
We got 2 tournaments. I gotta host one of them, so you're welcome to everyone on Saturday. I'm not playing.
Aww.
Just kidding. But thank you for coming and supporting. That's really all that I care about. Like, my job on Saturday is to make sure everybody has a great time.
I get to see a lot of friends who Cece and I don't know that we've ever met in person. Maybe once.
Really?
I don't know.
Interesting.
I don't know. He's in chat, but like, I know that every time I'm at a tournament, he's not there.
Okay.
And every time he's at a tournament, I'm not there.
Okay.
So he's like, I finally get to play against you, or like in the same tournament as you. But yeah, we haven't, and we've been friends for a while.
All right. So here's the truth. Okay. We're gonna stress test Friday night. We're holding a release tournament on Friday night, which is sealed. Before, the Wi-Fi in the building was not capable of doing it. It just wasn't good. We are hopeful that it could do it now. So we are going to stress test Friday night, see if we can make it work. If it works, then it will be streamed on Saturday. If it will not, if at the very least it is not streamed on Saturday, we will record it. And this time I will have time to actually post it, unlike the last one that never got posted. It was just like still probably sitting on my laptop that it just never did anything. But this time it will definitely get posted. I'm hopeful that we can stream it. If we do stream, it will not be with commentary. It'll just be with the player voices because I don't have enough time to even think about commentary. So
There's
yeah,
a lot to do between now and Saturday.
there is way too much to do. As you can see, over here, there's still product. Like, I can just like pick up like I could just like keep going and like just. Yep, we can just hold on. I'm not done. Yeah, like no, there's
Keep
there's like 10 more cases over here. So like I'm clearly not anywhere close to done, but I am very excited for the tournament. Last one we had 70 players. I'm very hopeful to hit 90 this time. So I'm hopeful for that. We have decided that we will be paying out to the top 16 in cash.
Nice. That's really exciting to hear.
That means it's not so top heavy. It kind of gives everyone with a good record, like, at the very least they're going to get some of their money back, which I always think is very important. And the more, if we hit these numbers that I'm hoping we hit, then the prizes will just only get better. So that's what I'm hopeful for. Again, I've stated this a little bit. For me, the point of this tournament was because for so long we didn't have these tournaments. Like, even last weekend, we got to go and play in a win a case tournament, right? Even those tournaments have not existed in this area.
The amount of things I'm seeing in the Northeast right now is like so refreshing and exciting, because for so long, like, you were making the joke, like, oh, I have to drive 3 to 7 hours.
Like, literally, like, I
play in the tournament.
Like, the reason why we developed the relationship with the Encounter, which is 90 minutes from me, is because they were the only people that were doing anything. It's like, how can I be a competitive content creator and not play the game ever? Like, I have to drive 90 minutes to play in these tournaments because there's no other tournaments to play.
And like, now you're in a position where for basically
literally the next
every weekend until give or take,
we get the only weekend that we currently have off is CCS weekend, because we're not going to CCS.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
But like, that whole weekend, we're going to be sitting at a table playing games and watching CCS.
Yes, exactly.
So like, that's already like going to happen. Right. Yeah, we do. We have tournaments. And they're good ones. Like, the
pricing is very fair, and
like, even it's funny because I don't really consider PAX Unplugged a tournament.
It's still a bunch of little tournaments for playmats.
It's 3 rounds. All right, you talked about your 4-round set championships. It's a 3-round tournament. I don't really count it, but I get to have a whole lot of fun at PAX Unplugged.
So I think what's nice for me is like obviously we both have tickets to Richmond.
Yeah.
I just want to play as much as I can between now and then, whether it's like the same deck that I'm playing or like you said, like playing different decks, getting a feel.
Yeah.
And I think this just gives so many opportunities to explore what's going on and what's out there to socialize with the community too. Like this game is as much about winning as it is about having a supportive friend and community.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is really like, this is true, right? Like this is what it all started with. It started because the Encounter were honestly the only store in a 2-hour region that were willing to commit to Lorcana.
Yeah.
So like we just became the best of friends.
Right.
And yeah, we kind of taken this over. Like this is really Dan, the tournament organizer for these tournaments. And there's all these other stuff. But this time, like we're gonna have food on site.
Ooh.
We're gonna have drinks on site. Like we're gonna have like way more of that going on. We have the Friday night thing that's kind of paired with it, which is cool. Like if you're in the area, you can just come and play a sealed event.
And like I believe from when you said people were registering, like there's people from DC and Baltimore coming up. Like there's it's not just New York, New Jersey.
No, I mean, listen, last time we had people
New Jersey.
from Virginia, we had people from Vermont, like
Right.
and that's kind of like the whole point is this Northeast area.
You can drive up and down 95. Like
Yeah,
it's just a fact.
if you're here, you got family, it's easy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's really the whole hope is that the only reason we're doing this is because it doesn't happen enough. And if all I do is convince someone else that they can do it,
that's a win.
Eureka.
Yeah.
Then I don't have to do it. Then I get to go to Safari Zone 3 times in the next.
Which is also like awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
So it is nice that we're finally starting to get some of these things because that's kind of what we need. You know, like
I'm excited.
Specifically, we talked about it a little bit with Vince, but between January and June, there ain't nothing going on. We're gonna need third-party organizers to kind of keep it going, you know. Yeah. So yeah. Any final words before we
I'm just excited to play more Lorcana.
Okay. Strong showing. It has been a lot of fun.
It has. Thanks everyone for hanging.
Couchcast week 1.
Diet Coke Invitational is happening. Enchanted Chatter and I talked about that on her show last week. They didn't have a date for it. It sounds like now the planning is in the works.
Okay. Yeah, my biggest problem is that like you could never convince me to try and win Diet Coke.
No, but like that's their community's thing.
I know. I get it. I love it. Listen, we covered it. I remember. I love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like if I got handed some Diet Coke, I'd feel really offended. So
sure.
Yeah.
Teach their own.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I get it. That's what you're into. I think it's awesome though. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
The whole event's pretty fun. I know you don't win Diet Coke. I know what
He's just being difficult.
Yeah, come on,
What
Courtney.
else
Where have you been? All right, where have you been? All right. Well, it's been fun. I hope that the Judge stuff hit real home because I think that Judge is
he's great.
Certainly not unique in this situation.
I know several people in the same position.
I know. Yeah. Like go to Facebook, you'll find it.
Yeah.
Go to X, you'll find it. Like anywhere that people can complain, they were complaining, and I don't think it's unfair. I really don't. I would have been one of those people. I didn't get a ticket. Melissa got me a ticket. Like it's just a fact. I wouldn't. It's the same. That's the second time that's happened now, where you got me this one, and I only got an LCQ ticket because of Dick.
Yeah.
So like, if it weren't for those people, I would not have attended those 2 events, and it would have sucked. I would have been upset.
Yeah.
So I definitely feel it. It is not fun.
Like Kylie flat out told me, if Dan doesn't have a ticket and I do, something is wrong with the world.
Yeah,
and that's not necessarily true. I want Kylie there.
It's not true. No. It's more like that's the problem. Is that like okay, obviously I love this game. I commit a lot of my life to it, and it sucks that if I wouldn't be able to get in. But it sucks just the same as someone else 100%. That also didn't get in. It's the same. It's the same level of suck.
She just like felt awkward.
Yeah. She was like, Kylie was the first one to get one. Like it was John.
Yeah.
So John got one, and then Kylie got one. Like she was the next person to confirm that she had one.
Exactly.
And one by one, like again, I gotta edit this video, and so you guys can hear it. Like one by one, people are getting it, and I'm probably just like, oh my god, I don't have it.
I could see it in your face.
Like. I can't wait to watch. I can't wait to watch back the footage because I know that I probably got very upset at some point. Yeah. In between the time where Melissa threw a box at me. So, yeah. That sucks. Hopefully it gets upgraded.
Yeah.
So, all right, we've been ranting for an extra couple minutes. As Jorge would say, oh wait,
The question.
all right, hold on, we're not done yet,
I was
guys.
gonna ask you
All
about
right.
the questions.
All right, we'll take out the phone. We'll
All
answer the
right.
questions. We'll do the thing. Here we go. Couchcast.
Okay. Questions for the podcast.
Questions for the pod. There's a lot of them because we haven't done a pod in 2 weeks, so I gotta go back. Sorry. All right. Is this how far back? How far back? Is it this?
I think it starts here.
Starts here with all the Jorge ones. Okay.
Yeah, it's one of those.
How much does Swiss rounds ending the same day that Top Cart starts change things from season 1? Players no longer have the night to look at their first round opponent decks and every other potential opponent deck to try and think about the potential strategies to look at decks that might deviate from their expectations. All right, I think I can answer this one because I was in Top Cut.
Have at it.
It seems fair.
Sure.
So I remember a couple DLCs where we had multiple teammates make it.
Yep.
Some of them we did not do much testing at all because it wasn't like a concern. And some of them we tested against Ruby Steel.
Yes.
And it was like 7 of us sitting at a table trying to figure out this Ruby Steel deck because it was like unheard of and unprecedented that this Ruby Steel deck was in top 64.
Yes.
So obviously it's very different. I will say, you know, I don't know how much, I guess you guys didn't see on stream how much time we really got to analyze. I don't know if they did in top 4. I don't know how much. I actually never went back and watched my beating that was given to me by the Netherlands.
I don't
and Frank
know
Carson.
that we got to see like the whole duration of time that you looked at the deck.
Well, I know for me and Rob, they started with us just like waiting on camera.
Right.
But like we had 5 minutes to like look over our deck. Every opponent in the Top Cut, I handed my deck to and said, hey, if you need to look at it, like just pick it up and look at it.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of things that you can gain just by looking at your opponent's deck. But in this example, the Ruby Steel deck, it was such a different deck that it took us a couple games to like figure out what the strategy of the deck was. And because we had that time to do it, we definitely created lines of victory of understanding like how to lose and how to beat the deck.
Correct.
So was that value? Absolutely. Was it in the best interest of the tournament?
Probably not.
Probably not. So I actually think that like Swiss going into Top Cut is a better format for the average player.
Yeah.
So
I would agree with that.
Dick is not here, so he can't answer a question about a gold Mickey. When you're cuddling at night, Dan, is the golden Mickey the big spoon or the little spoon? All right, so fun fact, never cuddled with the Mickey.
Aw, missed opportunity.
At most, he did sit on the lamppost on the bed side table, though.
That's fair.
So he did do that, but we never cuddled. I would have definitely been the little spoon.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Here we go, one for Melissa. What is your favorite Girl Scout cookie?
Thin Mints, obviously.
Good choice. I don't even know if I would have allowed another answer.
And they have to go in the freezer.
Okay, Melissa's allowed to come back next week.
Phew. Problem solved, everybody.
Correction. What is your second favorite? Everyone's favorite are Thin Mints. Frozen. Thank you, AJ. So what is your second favorite?
Oh, man. It's been a really long time since I've had to purchase Girl Scout cookies.
Why? Hold on, your card stores just don't have them?
No.
Yo, dead. Oh man.
No, they don't.
Shout out to the Palace Guard. He once spent store credit on Girl Scout cookies at the encounter.
No way.
Yeah, that happened.
Okay, like I don't know that I've had an opportunity to buy Girl Scout cookies in like 5 or 6 years.
That's the saddest thing you could have said. That's more sad than Vince not getting into the DLC. That's
as a child, it was probably the peanut butter tagalongs because I like peanut butter.
Okay.
But like Thin Mints were always superior. That like I only ever wanted Thin Mints.
Okay. Okay. Mine are the shortbreads.
Tag along? Yeah.
The vanilla shortbreads.
Okay.
That's my favorite. My second favorite. It's Thin Mints is my favorite. Don't crucify me.
Yeah.
What are thoughts on daylight savings time? Because we
it.
do it in Puerto Rico, so we used to be in the same time zone as EST, but now we're an hour ahead of you, and the podcast is just inconvenient. To be honest, love you guys. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Love you, Jorge. I'm assuming that was also Jorge. I'm gonna be honest.
I hate it.
I really dislike it as somebody who works like a 9 to 5. Like,
literally, you get done work,
I'm
and it
literally
is
done with work and it's pitch black.
It's dark. It's literally black. It's great. Like, it's terrible.
I used to be able to go to. I mean, I still can go to the gym after work.
Yeah.
But I would be able to like walk there or like drive, and it's light out, and now it's pitch black.
It's terrible. For us in Philadelphia, it is actually like the sun is gone at 4:15. It's terrible.
Awful.
It is a terrible. It's depressing.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I hate it. I'm not a fan.
I'm out.
What goes into the selection process of when you host an event? Looking at timing perspective of early in the set versus mid versus late in the set.
That's probably a you question more than a me question.
Well,
I can tell you from a player perspective, but
it's so funny because I think that you could probably ask 10 people this and you might get 10 different answers.
I believe that.
And listen, I'm not saying that I am some expert tournament organizer, right? We're not saying that. What, in my short stint as a TO, officially, because I had to wear another hat, I didn't have enough of them.
Sure.
I think that we did our very best to take feedback from the first event to the second event. And the most common factor, and I do think that this is a weighted answer because of Fabled, but the most common thing was the stress that you get from having to go to a tournament with a brand new set and not knowing you're going to get the cards that you want to play with was a factor that led people to not coming to the tournament.
I have been in that position in multiple sets.
Yes.
And it feels really bad if you can't get product from your LGS or if you open product and don't get the cards you want because you don't have opportunities to trade your cards or purchase the singles you're looking for.
Right.
And then you feel as though you're at a disadvantage playing in that event.
Right.
And that is not a good feeling.
I do agree that it's not a good feeling. And I think that sucks. And I think I'll probably be able to answer this better in the next cast.
Yeah.
For how I will feel about how this one goes.
That makes sense. So we should revisit this next
So we'll probably revisit this. AJ just asked it again in 2 weeks. But I think it's important to me. People want to play with new cards. So having the events early on in the season make a lot of sense. Because people want to, that's when they're most ambitious, right? Like, they want to try the new things. They want to play the new things. They need to buy cards. They need to buy product. There's a lot of hype around it. So if you let that hype go away, then you hit the fear of we play a game and we know a lot of people in this game that are playing we're going to PBG Orlando and we know Disney Lorcana players that are, nationally qualified that are going to play Riftbound.
Yeah.
And Cookie Run.
Yep.
So you have to understand what that is too for your community.
Right.
You have to strike when the iron's hot. And normally when a new set comes out, that is it. But there is also some level of the best time to hold a tournament as a competitive player is at the end of a season.
Yeah.
Okay. I can make an argument that I was successful in Milwaukee because I was the most educated in that tournament, So there's a lot of level of that too.
Right. There's some people who say I like playing early because I can catch you off guard and there's the element of surprise. You and I talked about this both playing Amber Emerald.
Yes.
When I ran it in Bologna, there was a lot of people who didn't know how to play around the deck.
Yeah.
And I was able to capitalize on some situations because of that. Mm-hmm. Whereas when you then brought it to Milwaukee, people knew to expect it. People
didn't matter. 9-0 against Amber Steel.
Yes, I'm very proud of you, Dan. Good job. But there is a lot of people who were prepared for that matchup who previously weren't. So there's a lot of opinion and perspective on it.
Has it been difficult to get tickets to a DLC level events of other TCGs that you have played for, as it is for Lorcana?
I think Judge answered this for us earlier.
Yeah, the answer is no. In all honesty, the closest thing that I've ever had trouble getting tickets to that I wanted to go to was BlizzCon,
which is like very different.
Which is a convention that's held in the Anaheim Convention Center, which is not where it's where D23 is, right?
Yeah, I know it. Yep.
So I don't remember.
Done that.
I don't remember the number of people that was like invited to BlizzCon that year.
That convention center is massive.
It's massive, but like it's still a worry because there's so many Blizzard fans.
I believe that.
Because Blizzard has, like
everything.
5 mainstream games at that time. Maybe it was more, maybe it's more now, but like that's the only thing I can ever compare to of like there was a year that I wanted to go to BlizzCon and I couldn't get a ticket, so I didn't go to BlizzCon.
Yeah.
But for card games, no. There's just never been a problem. So like that speaks to what Lorcana has, which makes it so very special. And we'll even use it. I made fun of the person at Disney Outlet today. It makes it magical.
It does.
Because selling 2,000 tickets to an event for a game that is less than 3 years old, I mean, Magic would kill for this. Star Wars Unlimited would kill for this. Flesh and Blood would kill for this. Cookie Run is going to kill for this. Riftbound is going to kill for this. There's no guarantee that those tournaments, that those games are going to sell 2,000 tickets to a game. There's no guarantee that that's going to happen. So the fact that we have it, it's great because it tells me that this game is not going anywhere. But it still sucks in the moment because it's going to lose people that feel incapable of playing the game at that level.
Yes.
Because the real truth is, listen, after every DLC, we get on here and we have an after DLC podcast, and all we do is talk about how awesome it was.
It's always a great time.
It's the best. There's nothing better than it.
Oh, you're getting shade.
Okay, so we're not going to highlight that.
Sisu can yell at you for it.
All right, and that's it. That's all our questions. So, shout out to Jorge and AJ. They are our biggest advocates. And we tell this, if you're in the Discord, we have a whole section, hashtag podcast for the questions for the podcast. We get on here, we answer them. It's fun.
Does this speak to the... You're about to get roasted.
Oh, no.
You're about to get roasted by a Floridian.
All right, that's it, guys. It's time to get out of here. All right, what is this one?
Does this speak to the lack of other big Lorcana events?
In what way, Nate? In what way?
Dan's deflecting.
In what way? I think that's the problem, right? Like oh God, I'm in so much trouble. Melissa, you're doxing me here. This is not nice.
I didn't dox you. Courtney doxed you.
You doxed me by telling Courtney.
No. Courtney asked what I bought today.
Courtney stirs. She's a pot stirrer. All right? She's a pot stirrer. Okay?
You're roasted by the Disney fans.
This is unfair. This is like the time I ran a bike into a pole and we didn't talk about it. All right? This is what this is right now, but I'm getting doxed. All right, that's fine. It's fine.
Love you, Courtney.
All right.
Back.
All right, Nate. We sell 2K tickets since there is 3 premier events, nothing in between.
Well, we had 6.
No, because we had 6 of that, and we did that last year.
And some were 1,000, and some were
2 of them were 1,000.
Yeah.
But even Continentals was 1,500, 1,600,
and also sold
out, right?
And like it's happening in EU also.
Yes.
So it's
every event that has ever been posted that is an official Disney Lorcana challenge. In EU and NA,
I was going to say,
I can say specifically has sold out. Australia was a failure, right? Australia only had 500 players.
Yeah.
So that, like, for all intents and purposes, that is a failure. It's a small community. It's really difficult to travel to. It's so very expensive. So, like, I mean, and we saw this in Bologna. There was only 30 Americans in Bologna.
It was people from all across Europe.
So, like, you had 2,000 Europeans, there, and then 30 Americans.
Right.
I don't know how many Europeans were in Milwaukee. It might have been around the same number.
I was going to say, I feel like from what I saw online, it was similar.
You had Joe, Curly, Specky, Kawa, Kim,
We had
Justice was
few of the
there.
Rare Hunters folks.
Yeah, a few of the
were
Rare Hunters
there.
guys were there. You obviously had Frank and Rob. So yeah, like maybe it's the same number of travelers, right? But I think that if I've said this before, in a perfect world, you would have a DLC in January in NA, and in February there would be one in EU.
Right.
In March it would be in NA.
Just
In
back and
April it would
forth.
be in EU. And I think if you ran that for 6 months, it would be perfect. I think that it keeps everything up. It gives everyone an opportunity to play, because we haven't talked about this yet, but we have a DLC with Whispers in the Well.
Yeah.
EU doesn't.
Right.
They don't. They don't have a DLC until March, which will be Winter Spell.
A new meta. Yeah.
And then by the time we get back to our DLC in June, it'll be 2 sets.
Yeah.
So we don't get one for Winter Spell. I don't think that's good either. I think that sucks.
It's very unhealthy for people wanting to keep up with the game.
Right. So we talked about it earlier, but in this world where players didn't get into Richmond, if you tell me that I don't have to even be competitive until Indianapolis, I don't even have to buy cards right now.
You literally don't have to buy cards.
Yeah.
You can just go play another game or
Yeah.
just focus on something else.
And
I'm not saying you would do that.
no, but I'm saying that's what
I know there are people doing
it's a
that.
very fair argument to go
Yeah.
what's the point?
Exactly.
What's the point? So I do think that's I said it earlier. I think that's the biggest issue. The biggest issue is without a doubt the fact that if you did not get into if it is November and you now know you can't play in January and the next opportunity you have to play is in June.
That's so far away.
That sucks. There's nothing that's going to make you feel better about that.
Right.
Unless they're there's a DLC in April. That's the only thing you could fix it, and that's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen.
So yeah, I do agree.
All I can really ask for at this point is that our voices are heard. And I don't know if they aren't, but
and it's funny because if you even look at next weekend with PAX Unplugged, every year Ravensburger has been a participant at PAX Unplugged,
and they're not there.
And they're not there this year, and I actually think that is more criminal.
It's sad
because it is the perfect convention to bring people into the game.
Because it's a gaming.
Because it's a board gaming convention that is literally so small. It's hilarious. You look at Gen Con. Gen Con's massive. It literally takes up a whole city.
Yeah.
For PAX Unplugged, it is just 5 event halls. I know, literally, I work in this building. Right. I know the building inside and out. It's less than a mile in theory from one spot to another spot. The fact that you had that opportunity to be there and showcase your game to 20,000 people in attendance and you're not there, I think that's a huge miss. I think it's wrong.
Especially when we know some of the other TCGs.
Right, we know Rift Round's going to be there. We know Cookie Run's going to be there. They're going to have this opportunity.
I think Star Wars Unlimited is
Star Wars,
there too.
we know Star Wars is going to be there.
Yeah.
Right, you're crashing out on this opportunity to compete when you should be competing. So, I don't know. We'll see. Who knows? Yeah, I let's do it. A warm hug from Dan might heal some of my sting. You got it Saturday morning, no problem. I didn't know they weren't going to be there. Yeah, they're not going to be there.
They're not on the website.
Sorry to spoil it for you. But yeah, all right. We answered all the questions. We did the thing. We are not at 248, so we also can definitely end. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you for joining me on the Couchcast.
Thanks for having me.
It's been great. Yeah.
See everyone this weekend.
Yes. Again, one last final time. If you're in the tri-state area, come and hang out with us for a 3K this upcoming weekend. The more players we get, the more we're going to give away. And I'm super excited for it. Judge is going to be there. Michelle's going to be there. We got Melissa as a bounty. We got Orion as a bounty. I'm going to try and convince Braden to be a bounty too, just because we can give out more prizes. He can be the Encounters bounty. It's fine.
This makes sense. Thanks, Keith.
But yeah, super excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. And, with that, we're going to get out of here. We are not set up at all to do anything with the raid. So I apologize in advance that we can't pay it forward. But shout out again to Wonder, the wonderful wizard. And with that,
good night.
Catch you Friday night, hopefully. We'll see you.
Yes.